This is Dame Dash. Welcome to the Dame Dash Radio Show. I feel like this is like our 5th week, right? Something like that, 5th show. I like the way it's going down.
I do too.
To the right of me, I got Wifey for Lifey.
Hello,
Raquel
hello.
Horn, Miss Invest in Women. And to the left, right at this very moment, is not Kenyatta.
Thank you for that introduction.
I wasn't done. Let me introduce you. So I have a friend that I've known for a long time. She came out of the Lindsay Lohan crew, back when they were running Hollywood. Mm-hmm. She's still running Hollywood, I think, but, they used to come around and, she's been consistent in my life. Pretty funny. She always knows what's going on. And basically, her name's Jessica. Do you have a DJ name, Jessica?
No, we can create one, though.
Well, do you want a DJ name?
We should. Why not?
All right. So, number one, I felt like, I wanted to bring some white people on the show. You know what I mean? This is a very diverse show, and it's about a lot of different
very
things.
diverse, and Jessica is our first white guest.
Now, mentality-wise, it's very diverse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely proud of my culture, but I definitely coexist with all cultures because we're really one culture.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what my foolish-ass cousin was saying, but she just wanted to, whatever. And she's actually our sex specialist, right?
I feel honored.
To be the sex specialist?
I feel honored to be here, too.
Thank you.
She kind of has that sex voice that's sexy.
Yeah. Well, because we were going to do a show, because eventually I'm going to do a station. And you were saying you wanted to do a show, a sex show. What exactly is that going to be?
I just want to be able to talk to kids the way Howard Stern did.
You want to talk to kids about sex?
Meaning world.
The pedophile
Letting
show?
people
What the
know.
fuck's going on right now?
Yo, not children, kids. Kids and children are two different things. Educating.
You want to educate them about sex?
Just educate them about
like
what's out there.
positions and shit? Like, what you mean?
No, I'm not going to tell them how to do it.
Oh, you know what? My son is in here. This might not be appropriate because I was like,
I think that we should.
I have my son Lucky Luciano here. Lucky,
He did
what's up?
say he's in health
Come here,
class,
Lucky.
though, right now.
Lucky knows what's up, but I'm not gonna do that. Go say what's up on the mic.
Come here,
Let's get Lucky in here. Lucky Dash introducing y'all my son.
Put these headphones on.
You know what I mean? He's a funny dude. He better not choke up right now. Lucky, what's good?
Hey,
Hey, why you looking like that? Say what's up, y'all.
what's up?
Oh my goodness! Every time you talking to the mic, you're making a funny face. All right, let me ask you a question. How does it feel to have a dad like Dame Dash? What is that like? Stop picking your nose. Quick, you gotta get on the phone. Get on it. Okay, there you go. What?
It's really cool.
What's cool about it? Don't answer like a question. You gotta answer like you got. It's really cool. Not it's really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah. What's cool about it?
Like you're Dame and Dash.
And I mean, you're Lucky Dash.
You're cool.
Takes cool. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Sports.
You want to be sports?
Oh,
What does that mean?
Sports.
What sports do you want to do?
Like football or basketball.
You want to play football or basketball? What position in football?
Yeah.
No,
what position?
Oh, I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? What position do you play now?
Defensive end.
Do you like that position? Pause.
Yeah.
All right, so is that what you want to be when you grow up and play professional football?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I was explaining to you about that? If you want to be a professional, what has to happen?
You have to practice.
Practice what?
Like now.
Like now and way more than everyone else. A professional is someone that does it better than anyone. And the only way to do that is hard work, and that means you have to work harder than everyone. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could, play football and at an amateur level, and you won't have to be as good as everyone else, but that won't make you a professional. What makes you a professional is if you work harder, you're quicker, you're stronger, but it definitely takes as much practice as possible. Are you going to start giving? You got to give like 200% if everyone's giving 100.
And heart.
And heart.
And passion and heart.
Heart. Yeah, you can't be a punk. You know what I mean? You got to go in on them shackles. That's good.
You got to love what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Lucky.
I think you got to practice year round. That was one thing. I was doing swimming every single day from the 3rd grade. I started at the 3rd grade, and I didn't stop every single day until I was a senior in high school. But that's just because I was burnt out.
But what I could say about that is swimming when you're very young definitely makes you have a really good body.
Thank you.
And good muscle memory.
Yes.
I love your swimming body.
Thank you.
I don't want no one else thinking about it. I shouldn't even have said it. But whew, I ain't gonna lie. If you could get with a girl, make sure she swim. But yeah, so if you want to be the best at what you do, you got to practice the hardest, have the most heart, and you have to have a lot more discipline. You know what I mean? At professional level, it means better than everyone else. Anything else you want to say before you get off the mic? You're so talkative. I said, is there anything else you'd like to say before you want to give a shout out? Anything?
Maybe what we did this week, what he did this past week when we were where he went.
Where? Oh yeah, what'd you do this week?
Universal.
Oh, here comes Kenyatta. He was late. Here he goes.
Yep.
Hip hop motivator. He coming in with his stunners on. Oh boy, hey, you know what I'd rather do?
So you did just Universal? That's it?
And mini golfing.
Mini
We went
golfing.
miniature
Got to see
golfing,
your
went to
sister.
Universal, we saw his sister. You know, it's not easy. I really hate the fact that, as a father, that I'm not full time in his life, because he lives in another state, and I got to figure out how to balance that. And, I always tell Lucky every day, I'm thinking about you every day, right? I try to call you. Well, you got to speak on the radio. You can't shake your head, and hopefully we're going to figure out a way to make things work a little better, because that's the only thing it's about is being a dad. When you grow up, what you going to be?
Athlete.
Yeah, you're going to be a dad. You're going to be a provider. These are all the things I'm trying to teach you young. All right, well, you got to look at the Dame Dash show. We'll keep talking. All right, so we're going to let Lucky Luciana get off the mic, say bye to everybody.
Bye.
She can say holler back. Say something cool. You always saying something cool when you're not on the mic.
You're always
Nothing?
being smart.
Oh,
Funny.
you're not smart now.
Oh,
Huh?
here
You're
we
not a
go.
funny guy now. Okay. So what we're going to do is we'll get you off the mic. You can sit down. Thank you. Go play with the governor. Can you sit over here? Because I would rather you sit next to Raquel than Hip Hop Motivator or next to my girl talking all deep with a baritone voice. We're not going to be having that happen. What's good, Kenyatta? So to the left now, we have Kenyatta, Hip Hop Motivation. Y'all seen us on YouTube. Yo, you know what's crazy, Kenyatta? I was watching the Dame Dash show, the first episode of the second season, because we're editing it, Bryce and us. It's hard. Hey, what's happening? His wifey for life.
It's crispy.
You got to walk talking to the mic. Come on now. This is our fifth week. Come on now.
It's crispy. It's crispy.
They're like professionals now.
Nah, it really looks good. It looks a lot better. And I was gonna show it. I wanted to bring it to show it to you, but Bryce, we didn't have. He didn't download it or whatever. But it doesn't matter. When it's done, I'll show it to you.
Yo, I saw your interview the other day with
you got speaking to the mic, man.
The guy from Hawthorne.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it last night.
Yeah. Where was it on?
It's on YouTube right now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he put it up on his channel.
So
I know
floating
it's been floating around, and it's been obviously his biggest interview. But some people have said like it's one of your best interviews,
Yeah.
and because he had really good questions. I thought.
Now he came from a good place, and it's I'm in my own environment. Like when we were originally doing the Dame Dash show, we were in like NBC studio. They were taping it live. And I kind of wanted to have this cheesy, Sam Rothstein feel, But,
yes, that's exactly what I want.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. But now that we're doing it ourselves, and I wasn't really producing it hands-on, like the person that was producing it was producing for like NBC's behalf or Riley NBC, and she did a good job. I'm not mad at her. Right. But now that we know what we want to do, how we want to shoot it, it's our set. I'm a lot more comfortable, and that's what people were saying. I think we're all a lot more.
That backdrop is fly though, man.
Yeah, you got to see it though. You got to see it when it looks. I was bugging out. So we got a full, complete network at the Dame-Studios.com now. Every day we'll be giving them new content. So we have Intelligent Boss Moves. When does it come on, Bryce? Intelligent Boss Moves. It's today. Oh, so I got to put up a thing for that. And then we have the Dame Dash show. When is that? Sunday we'll have the Dame Dash show, and then Monday we went to China, which is us going to China. We went to China back and forth for like a couple years. We went to Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong. We opened up galleries. We found cool millennial people that are in art, fashion, and music. Smoke some good weed, all kind of stuff. And, just showing that there are millennials and cool people all over the world. I was looking for somebody cooler than me, couldn't find it, but they were cool ass. You know what I mean? It was all good. I wasn't mad.
I'm really happy that this has finally come out because it's taken a really long time to finally get this out.
Well, listen.
So I have to just say that, this is like 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get first of all, that this whole wave of application apps and streaming services, I've been on that lick for like 7 years. And I was waiting for the rest of technology and mentality to catch up. So until then, what our conscious decision was to do, because we were trying to build the technology, but every time we would build something, there would be some innovation where it could be outsourced and be a lot cheaper and better. So it ended up being a waste of time and money. So what we decided to do was get really sophisticated on aggregating content, right? And so when all these platforms were ready and mentality was ready, millennially, so we were developing the millennial, that we would be right there. And that's the reason why a lot of the content is not to say old, I'd say it's more vintage, but hasn't been seen yet. because the world wasn't ready for it, Raquel.
I understand. And just if you think about, if that's 5 years ago, think about how much more content we have to show.
I know that. I know. I'm in the chair. I know. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
she's just proud. She's excited for it now.
first she was
Thank you.
All right,
It's the reveal.
It's a girl thing.
Yes, it's the girl side now.
It's the reveal now. She's
Is that the
excited
white people
for the
side
world
right
to
now?
see
Is that
it.
what's going on right
now
now?
I'm
Yeah. On that side, this side you're on the black. Now you're black every day, all day. You're Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
He has to go there.
Yeah, I just playing. I just wanted to do that. It doesn't matter about the white people. So hip hop motivator. What, you got any questions for me?
Man, yeah. The first question, we're gonna get right into it. We got John from Louisiana. He's asking, what motivates you from your past? Like, from your past work, what really motivates you? What and which project?
What motivates
you
to
to keep hustling and keep doing what you're doing?
Huh?
Like from your past, your past work, your past accomplishments.
I mean, I know I don't want to go back to selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
my past, and I'm
Talking
definitely
about as
never
far
going
as
to go back to
Rockefeller,
the
I
street.
think that's what he's talking about.
I mean, everything that I do, it gets. It's not to say it doesn't. It's not to say that it doesn't inspire me anymore. But usually, I've done it to where something else is inspiring me. So what motivates me is evolution. Like I always want to do things better. You know what I mean? So if, I did music already, and a lot of people have an expectation of me of being in the music business, and I have no desire to be in the music business at all. But I do desire to make music. You understand what I'm saying? I'm an artist. So where I was an administrative, now I'm more artistic. I'm more of an artist. I don't have the tolerance to deal with administrative things. It's really hard for both sides of your brain to work at the same time. You know what I mean? So if I got to fund something, be the creative, I got to market it, I got to worry about cash flow, and then also be creative. You can't really focus on 5 things at one time at a professional level. You know what I mean? Right. So really, I'm trying to focus more on making money off me, being confident about my skills, as opposed to being confident about everyone else's and making money with everybody else. And then when everybody gets where they don't need a middleman anymore, they go and do what they got to do. You know what's been on my mind lately a lot? So, you would think, because I'm doing this music moguls thing, right? And I'm looking at a lot of what they're covering, and it's all like the stuff that I'm starting up. But I own Rachel Roy. It's a company I invested in for 10 years, but just because of the personal, I can't benefit from the lifestyle of it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't appear that I have a big company. And then it really bugs me out that, for me, or maybe as a mogul, quote unquote, in music, if you have to have more than one business cracking to be considered like doing it. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm not doing music, but I'm doing something that no one else has done, and even down to watching how hard Kanye is working to get into a sustainable fashion situation.
Right.
I have a sustainable fashion brand that's been in business for the last 10 years. That's in, from Bergdorf Goodman to Macy's. You know what I'm saying? But because it's not my name, because I'm not jumping on the stage with it, it doesn't resonate to people. But what I want people to understand is you can invest in a lot in a business and not be at the forefront of it, and you're still successful. One business usually makes an average person look like a big Willie. I got to have 10. And, it's been a while, so I'm happy about it.
Because you're a tycoon.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And you set the bar really high for yourself.
I appreciate that.
Got to reach it.
Well, right now, I did the music thing. I did the fashion thing. I did the art thing. And now, I've touched on the movie thing. I put people like, Lee Daniels in business and Kevin Hart, who are, I think are touching pop culture in a big way right now. Pause. Not like you were talking about with the kid. No, I'm saying. But
let's go back to that.
But now I want to focus on having my own network and doing it my way, where it's really my network. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Dame Dash Studios is, and that's why I'm populating it with content. But it shouldn't undermine anything else that I've done or that I'm doing, or make anything look like I'm only doing kind of like startups. That was on my mind. I guess I was insecure about it. I wanted to get it off my chest.
Right.
The radio show is therapeutic for me.
So they're not showing that on the Hip Hop Mogul show?
We can't show it on hip hop. I always have a beef with my ex-wife, so it's like I can't even show the fashion shows, the business, and all of those things.
Well, what they have to show is that how successful you were at the fashion. You cracked the fashion business easily.
Yeah, I mean, not to disrespect anybody else, but I don't really see anybody in hip hop mogul style, and no disrespect to them, that has a full sustained fashion business that's making money. Like, people could do fashion shows, or they can have fashion events, but to have a sustainable business and be shipping on a calendar, and being able to be consistent, and I'm in business every day.
To the point where it's
maybe 11.
Still turnkey. So
it's turnkey.
You're able to step back.
I'm at a place where we can just license everything right now, and that's a whole nother business, because that's what I was trying to do. Is that part of the game is a mess. So I guess the reason why I'm focusing on me is because no one can get mad and not let me go to their show, even though I invested in it. If it's me, I can only get mad at myself, and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So I wanted to get that off my chest. Did that answer your question? Or I know I went on a tangent.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got another question from Mary Williams from LA. She's asking, if I want to invest in rental properties, do you believe in buying real estate?
Hell yeah. It's nothing better than buying bricks. That's what it's all about. I've always bought houses, and whenever I've needed money, I've been able to sell the houses and make money. I remember, I had a crib in LA, and I just, because it was...
On Cannon? The
Yeah.
Cannon, yeah.
I'll tell you where it doesn't matter. I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. I had a,
Star Tours is making a note.
492.
But yeah, you remember that. And the reason why was because every time I would come to LA, I'd come like once a month and be at the Bel Air, and we'd spend like 40, 50 grand in a weekend because I had, so much staff and room service.
much.
It was ridiculous.
Every time I saw you was at the Bel Air. It's crazy.
But now, it just made more sense to get a house that was big enough for my staff to stay in and pay a mortgage. But anyway, my point was right before the recession. I wasn't coming to LA so much. I needed money for Rachel's business because you gotta pay for goods before they ship to the stores, and you gotta make them. And I made like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always profit to make when you put your money into real estate, and while you're investing in it, you can live in it. You know what I mean? Like with a business, it takes 5 to 10 years to turn over a profit, and you can't enjoy it. But like in real estate, you put some money, then you can live in it, and when you're ready to sell it, usually it appreciates. So I think it's a good business. And also, whenever you don't want to live there, you could just rent it out. So if you have, the problem with me right now is I don't have no credit. You got tax problems, credit, you have none. You know what I'm saying? So everything has to be cash and carry. But if you can have good credit and, you can afford to get a good interest rate, I think it makes good sense to buy as much real estate as possible and rent it out, especially in places like New York, LA, Hong Kong, Miami, places where like it's touristy, where, people going to always want to pay top dollar for certain kinds of real estate. That's what I said. You buy it to rent it out.
Mm-hmm.
But also
like if you buy a building, like, and you just, and it's a whole rental, usually the business model there, from what I remember when I was in the real estate game, is you just refinance. You know what I mean? And you could refinance based on a projection of what your rental income is. So if you're making $1 million a year, over 5 years, you're gonna make $5 million. You can get a loan for $4 million, and you have to pay it back in 5. They know you're gonna get it. You understand what I mean? Oh. So that's what I've learned. Like I was trying to be in real estate heavy at one time with my man Giuseppe Cipriani, and that's before the recession when the banks were cutting checks. And I was trying to buy up everything and shit, but I'm glad I didn't, because the whole process is it's a step process. And when the economy cracked, no one was able to get a loan to buy anything. So a lot of real estate projects went defunct.
Wow.
Yeah.
The other thing about real estate, though, is it's the only thing that's always there.
Right.
Absolutely.
Land is here.
Yeah, and you got to live somewhere. Everyone has to live somewhere.
Well, that's what the heartbeat of America is. That's the American dream, is built on owning a house, being able to refinance it and put it up. Everything. That's makes
the American dream, but that is the problem right now, is that the banks are not giving the other America the American dream. A black man cannot get a loan at a good interest rate these days, So the government bailed out all these banks, and they're not giving the loans to everybody. They're only giving it to a certain class, a certain American class right now. And that's the issue right now with black America. Jessica,
who just has a brand new home.
Yes, she always has a home. She's good.
Here's a fun fact, though. Ted Turner, next to the government, owns the most land in the U.S.
I respect.
Really?
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
Wow.
Yeah, next to Bush probably, because Bush owns mad land too.
He owns, I think, most of Montana.
That's incredible.
Ted Turner.
I mean, he's always been a very innovative. I met with him once when they were trying to sign us to Interscope. I think he used to own half of Interscope, and I remember the meeting that I had with Jimmy Iovine. I think Ted Turner was there. He had a ponytail, I think. Or his man. That might not have been him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's his friend.
Nah, one of his mans was there, had a ponytail.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, he had a ponytail. Okay. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, you never know what happened then.
My bad.
Speaking of big business, what do you think about Apple? The FBI is asking Apple to release their
Calm down, Raquel. I know. Well, the thing is, we were just in the coffee shop. We were just talking about that with Jessica, and I didn't even know. I was like, "What happened?" And they were saying that a terrorist had killed a woman, and they were trying to unlock his phone. And I just couldn't believe they can't unlock his phone. And if you try too much, it's gonna blank. And now they're trying to make the Apple do some technology where you can get in the phone.
You think that's cool, like for Apple? I mean, for the FBI.
It's a hard call, because at the end of the day, there is a lot of fucked up shit going on. You know,
Exactly.
and it's almost like, for me, like I don't know.
Because if it was your family member, we'd be like, yo,
I'd be like, yo, get
unlock
in
that phone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That phone needs
right.
to get as far as the phone goes, hell yeah, they got to unlock that phone.
Yeah.
Fuck all that constitutional
agree.
right to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I feel about that. As far as building a whole technology behind it, I think we should just get to that phone and then talk about
Right.
the technology.
Right.
But at first things first, get to that phone. I think once you get caught killing, and especially when you're admitting it and
should
you're
be
proud of it,
exposed.
it just all your rights go out the window. I think you know what I'm saying. Like once you've taken the whole world's rights and put them in your own hand, then why is somebody respecting yours? That's how I look. You're like privacy. Come on, man. You about to go to jail? Ain't gonna be no privacy in jail. You know what I mean?
But what if they create something that could potentially be a nuclear weapon?
That's why I said let's just focus on one phone at a time.
But they can't do that.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Figure how to my point was figure how to get. I can't see that you have to build a whole technology to get in that phone. I'm sure some genius could get in that phone. I bet a girlfriend could get in that phone. You know what I'm saying?
That might be the closest person
That
who
is
could.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Someone's gonna know that 4-digit code.
yeah, somebody got to know that, or they, start. I don't want to say that, but I'd get that code. You know what I'm saying? Get that code. But then we would deal with the bigger picture. But right now, the business at hand is figuring out, how to protect innocent people. You know what I mean? I never advocate other people having to suffer to prove a point, a personal point. I think karmically that I just can't see how that adds up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's that.
What are they trying to get into the phone for?
To get all the information. Terrorists hang out with other terrorists.
Like where his location
His
is?
movements.
I think they're
Hey,
trying
yo.
to get everything. But what I
Wait,
don't.
they can't find it from like whatever network? They
I
can't
just heard
see
about this
that?
through Jessica. I don't know. You know what I mean? Ask Jessica because she's.
Yeah,
I think they need to get into the apps. They want to see what he was using. They want to see what he downloaded, and that goes with your iTunes account, which isn't your cellular provider.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're trying to see what his pictures were, if he had anything that was.
Can you talk into the mic?
There you go. Is that
I
better?
thought you. This was sex talk. You should
He
know about
moved
that
it
mic in
away,
your face.
so I thought that I had to step back.
You know about that mic
You know,
in
I
your face.
take
Don't act like
cues.
that
I
now.
take cues, though. He pulled it back. I moved.
When you
back.
see a mic in your face, act accordingly. Okay? No,
I got it. I got it now. We're good to go.
Don't listen to that, Lucky. Don't listen to that. Now you can play your video game. Don't worry about it. You look bored, Luck. All right, cool. So what were you saying? There's another question. The
Man,
terrorists
no.
should be scaring me, man. Let's go to
Terrorist.
somebody else.
Yeah, the terrorist thing is crazy.
I'm not in that game.
Yeah, but I we were tuned in last night to the radio show. A lot of people were saying how great it was as far as the talk and the energy that was on the show. It was great, man. But
Yeah,
it was
why were you going so ham last week? Just calling mad people. You had.
well,
you
know
were just
what?
were you fronting on me? Like what was that?
Nah, that was just
Yeah,
basically just
he was like B.O.B. was getting ready to call. Yeah, he had man,
right.
Red man, meth,
life, everybody, man.
life.
So,
like this. I was like, ease it up.
Yeah,
You
ease
was
it
about
up.
to go hard. So
Yeah,
why was
yeah.
what happened? Did I make you mad about something?
Nah. We just was, just showing it, the support,
Flexing?
man. Just having the show,
yeah,
we
definitely.
we doing major things, man. The
Well, I
Dang
think
Dad
it's-
show is official.
Yeah, I think it's about time because we started the hip hop motivation in living rooms. Now that we've done all of these shows
Yeah.
at a professional level, we need to do the hip hop motivator in the studio. Are you ready for that?
Ready.
All right. That's when we need to get some guests.
What's up? Is this like a handmade shirt right here? This is one of yours?
No,
'Cause it's like-
I own it, but no, it's not mine.
That's real cut and
I
sew
like
right
the
there.
way you
They
did
got
that,
that
though.
polo look right there.
Yeah, you know what? I like the fact that you think everything I wear, I do usually make.
Because
right then
you
and
gotta
there. I like
ask
to- yeah,
because you
I
don't
appreciate
mess
that.
with blanks.
Nah,
They don't mess with
I don't
blanks.
do blanks. I cut and sew. You're right. I appreciate it. Rocky just designed another sock for governor, a governor sock. So right now I got the DD.
pretty awesome.
I got the DD sock.
Very excited.
Right.
I like those.
I got the DD sock, but now we're gonna do and we make them in America, North Carolina. You can get them at ddpoppington.com.
The only other socks that felt like your socks were NBA socks.
Yeah, that's what I made them to. Exactly.
Exactly.
You know who brought that in the game? The NBA socks, not above beyond the NBA players,
Right.
but as far as fashion goes, you saw that happen.
Right.
I was like NBA sock, and then all of a sudden everybody was doing. But anyway. So any other questions you got for me?
Yeah, man. Have you talked to Biggs?
No.
Not yet.
Nah, not yet. We're I'm in this state and he's in that state.
Right.
I prefer to speak to him in person. And I
Oh,
never
yeah,
know really
definitely.
what Biggs wants me to talk about. So,
Yeah.
the last conversation I had with him, he was like, ease up off Kanye. And I did. And that was that. And when I see him, I'll talk to him. But I've been seeing pictures of him. I saw him
Yeah.
at Kanye's thing in
He lost a lot of weight.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
in jail for 3 years. But before he went, he was working out crazy. You know what I'm saying? But again, with Biggs, I don't know what I can say or what I can't. So let's talk about something else.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
Before I get in trouble or some shit like that.
Let's move on.
Next question.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right, well, you stunned? You know another question?
Yeah.
You got your
No, we got
book
questions. We got
club.
people calling in. We're gonna have some people calling in.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Who we got now? Is it going to be...
Might be some Might be some people calling in. Somebody calling in.
Oh, is it Janet Jackson or something? Is anybody calling in? You got somebody?
Phone lines were off before. I didn't know that people were calling.
Well, he didn't say anything.
Oh,
so
wait a minute. Oh.
He said, whoa.
Yeah, Janet might.
So are you out of questions now? Because you have any more questions? I could go. We could talk. Actually,
I have something
let
we
me
can
talk
talk
to
about.
wifey. No, that's cool. Let me talk to
Okay,
wifey for
okay,
wifey
do
for a
your thing.
second. You know. So lately you've been worried about my cholesterol
Yes.
because the doctor. I'm diabetic, so I go to the doctor and I got my report and he was like, your cholesterol's high.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if I've heard that a lot, but I do know that.
This is the first time I've ever heard it.
Right. Okay. And it's been, she's been on my back about it. And can you explain what that means and what I'm going to do, what you're going to do to fix me on my cholesterol? I want to know how you're going to fix me because that's your responsibility to fix me. That's how I feel about it.
Well,
That's wifey for
I
wifey.
haven't.
That's how we
I
do.
haven't fully read about cholesterol. But I just know that what needs to happen
Speaking to the mic.
is I need to eliminate a lot of fat, fried foods, and a lot of fatty objects, more whole grains, and no more eggs, butter.
What you mean no more?
Bacon.
No more? And
Well,
hold on.
we're
Say
eliminating-
beef
we're cutting
bacon. I'm
it-
not pork bacon. I eat beef bacon.
Beef
Pause.
bacon.
All right.
And then we got to cut out all the. See, for the time being, for the past 6 months, we were living in the South.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I'm from the South, born and raised, but we do have a big problem with the fact that there are not healthy options.
Right.
And the
Now, in
healthy
the South,
options
they're not
are
trying-
very discouraged in the fact that it's looked at as, oh, it's not quick enough. Like, I can't. It takes too long for me to eat like that. Like,
Nobody
I
wants
have
to wash dishes.
Right, but you have to think about the time it takes to get to the fast food restaurant, then to wait in line and to eat it and everything. But here's the thing, and then they fry a lot of their foods, and it's just fast food options anywhere. So if you're wanting to eat something,
So you're saying I can't eat no more? I don't really eat fast food.
no,
that
I'm
much.
saying the past 6 months probably
we've been eating.
fair.
No, you cooked every day. You got
cooked
super
a lot.
nice on the chef tip.
Yeah,
When
but
used to
we would
go-
have to go to.
If we went to
would go
Riley or
Chick-fil-A,
something,
that
then
would
we
be
go to
terrible.
Chick-fil-A, but that'd be like once a week. It wasn't like every day. Like I got friends that was eating
Yeah, but I was
Chick-fil-A
feeding
every
you
day.
like beef bacon and stuff. That was not the best
But
option.
I think, all right, that's cool. Anyway, where you going, Jessica?
But Jessica, tell me a little bit
You have to
about.
do what? A cough drop? Oh. You have to
But the
cough. You can
cholesterol,
cough on
I
the
know,
radio. It's
I
no
know the
big deal.
cholesterol can build up in your arteries and it can really be bad. So it's all about their blood flow.
Right.
Am I right?
Not blocking your arteries.
Not blocking your
Talking to the mic.
arteries and
There we go.
your blood flow into your heart. It's a big part of your heart. Your heart is your main organ in your body.
Right.
So we just need to protect that. And, blood is very important. So we keep that rich and healthy.
Well, Jessica, you was explaining to me what happens.
Plaque buildup,
Yeah, so when you eat French fries or
fried foods, things that have a lot of bad or negative things that you putting into your body can build up like plaque, basically. So my dad actually recently built up in his carotid artery a blockage, and it becomes unable to have your blood flow go past it. So they had to go in and cut out and take out all the plaque. And you don't want to do that. So you just want to change your life.
is there a way
Oh
you
man,
can
that's
check and see
upset
if
your
you got?
brain.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can check and see if there's plaque in there and clean it up before it gets bad?
They can check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check all my arteries. Fuck all that. See, I'm getting older now, man. I'm about to be 45. I can't believe I'm about to be 45.
45.
You're still a baby.
45. I mean, I'm a baby compared to somebody 65, but it's just being when you're like 20, 45 seems like never. You know what I'm saying? But
True.
it happens so fast. I remember when you were a baby, and when honestly,
15.
like you, what?
15.
You were 15 when you started coming around?
Uh-huh.
You was lying to me. You told me you was about 18.
No, I started working for Lindsay at 15.
Okay, so yeah, she's working for Lindsay Lohan, and like Lindsay used to come around. Nothing never happened with us and none of that. But they had their little young crew, and I don't know how did we know Lindsay? I don't know what happened. But
Richard Kiva.
is that what happened from Little Richie? Okay, so they used to come around, and I'd be like, leave the paparazzi down there, and I used to have my place was like a safe place. You know what I'm saying? Where it wasn't none of that. And, we used to just hang out and kick it. But there would always be the little young girls would come around and I'd be mad. You know what I mean? Like, what you get out the pool? You can't be doing that. I know your father. Like that kind of thing. But I always looked out for y'all, right or wrong?
Oh,
True.
100%.
Okay. I
You
was
still
100%.
talk to Lindsay?
I would, because I did the show, the family therapy, and Lindsay's parents were on it. And I didn't really let them know I knew Lindsay so well until I knew them a little better, because I didn't know how that was going to, reflect in our relationship. I didn't know what was going on. But once I told Lindsay's mom, she like FaceTimed me and we would talk here and there. We spoke, she looked like she was doing all right.
That's good.
The thing about Lindsay that people don't know is like she was really a good singer. Like she could write. She was writing scripts and all that.
She's a good actress.
Nah, like I was like honestly like when I'm around a
creative.
person, I don't care about the perception of a person or what people look at him on the outside.
Right.
When she was around me, she really was very talented. Like, you know, she was creative and she did a lot of different things. And I was always trying to advise her to like, yo, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's see. You got a movie, you wrote a movie. You know, she used to write. I used to see.
Yeah, she used to write all the
I'd be
time.
like, yo, you wrote a movie. You can sing. Like she could really sing. You know what I'm saying? So
But nobody knows her for that at all.
That's because she wasn't trying to have anybody know her for that. You
But
know what I'm
also,
saying?
like you said, you were a safe haven. So when she went there, she could be 100% herself.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes
Not
to show
Rest
the world.
Haven. Not Rest Haven.
No,
Rest
safe
Safe
haven.
Haven. Okay.
She said Rest Haven at first. Thought you was
Nah,
a
no,
Rest
you
Haven.
did. You thought I was a simp pimp, nigga. I ain't no Rest Haven. What was wrong with you? He was looking. He was looking
Out
at
here, Rest Haven.
Nah, dogs.
All right.
I'm not that. All right. So, what's up with your calls now? I thought you was cracking.
Nothing yet.
I thought you was
Well,
snap,
he just turned the
crackle,
phone.
pop.
He just turned the
Ah,
phone
you
off, so
know.
you know.
Came
We
in
got people-
talking all that. You know
You know
what I'm saying?
People,
All right.
people coming in.
That's cool. So I don't know. I thought. What do you think about Kanye saying that he's cracked? What do you think about that?
That was interesting. I mean, you know, it's a possibility.
Nah, I'm not going to speak on the man's pockets, but I can speak on mine, and I understood his perspective. When you are paying for your own creative, it absorbs a lot of your resources, because usually a creative gets, when they want to do something, other people pay for it.
Right.
But when you get in a position where you have your own money, and as you're inspired, you know, you invest in it, it becomes a machine that eats it up. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand, especially being in the fashion business, how that can eat away at your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I think what Kanye's perspective is because he's doing such art and big events that the world's appreciating, that maybe the world should fund it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, you know, I thought it was interesting. It's like, damn, now it's cool to be broke. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to do what I'm doing now.
I want to follow suit.
following.
But basically, that's what it is. It's like,
Right.
I'm never really broke. It's just that I'm always paying for things that inspire me on a big level and at a professional level. So I'm always going to tell someone, as an entrepreneur, you're always going to be broke, because if there's a demand, you have to supply it. And if
Right.
you're independent, you have to pay for it. And the bigger your demand gets, the more you have to pay for it. And I'm the
Exactly.
kind of guy that, after I finish one thing, I'm starting from scratch and to do another. So it's always going to be somewhat of a struggle. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting too old for that. You know, now that we're in LA and I'm back with my kids and I got wifey for lifey, I'm trying to provide a more stable environment for my children. Because being an entrepreneur also means it's a bit unstable. And, you know, you have to know when to be an entrepreneur and when it's time to you know, accept where you are and evolve in a way that doesn't affect your family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
That's
I
where
heard you
I'm
say.
at
I
right
heard
now.
you say before, you like going to court, man. Like, is that still true? Like,
Did I like going to
Yeah.
court? Not for my kids, but if someone's done an injustice to me, it becomes therapeutic to be able to take them through it, where we have to sit in the same room and do a deposition, or I get this, because usually when people rob you or they stab you in the back, they're behind you. They're not in front of you, because nobody's gonna rob me in front of me. They're usually sneaky and nerdy about it. So, and they don't pick up the call, and you don't know where they live, and they hide behind the law. But inside of a courtroom, you can have a conversation. It's not illegal to tell someone your opinion of them. So when I get to talk to them and hear them talk and be able to ask them why they're doing what they're doing, that becomes therapeutic for me, because I'm a guy that plays the game fair, and I really don't understand what all the cheating and how a person could really feel good about themselves treating a good person bad that's only helped them. I really don't get that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
You like facing the facts, and you like
Yeah.
making someone else face the facts too.
Right.
It's that simple.
Right. But he was asking me about court. I'm like, that's like therapy for me.
But
You know
I'm
what
saying
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
because it's that
Hell
simple
yeah,
to you.
'cause
It's
when you
all
know-
real.
Well, yeah, if you know you right, you don't feel uncomfortable about speaking on it. But when
No.
you know you wrong, you know, you don't. You, like I said, you can't stab. When I'm with someone that's cool with me, once they create distance, I know they're about to rob me. So if I'm with you every day, you can't just jerk me or pause, rob me, or do anything. You know, you feel too much guilt.
Right.
But once someone starts to be like not come around no more, they're inconsistent where before they were consistent.
Right.
Ask Rocky, I always be like, they're creating distance.
Yep.
That means they're about to stab me in the back. And that's exactly what always happens, man. Always.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. I wish people would play the game fair, man. Life would be so much different, so much easier, man.
Are you still on that Richard Pryor movie?
I mean, it hasn't come out yet, but I hope so. We'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. I get told something. I don't want to end up, you know, we should be. I ain't going to speak about that
Yeah.
business, but it seemed like it, you know. It seemed like it. We'll see what
Yeah, I
happens.
think that movie's gonna. I think that's gonna be a crazy movie. Like that's gonna.
Yeah, it
really,
should be.
Yeah.
You know, good filmmakers, good actors. I know Tracy Morgan's in it now, and Mike Epps. And
Who's your favorite comedian?
Me.
Because I saw you online going back and forth with Mike Epps.
And who was winning?
It seemed like it was even. It
Oh
seemed
my
like it was
lord!
even.
Really, what was
Rocky,
Dun,
it was
dun,
even.
dun.
It was not even.
Uh-oh.
Now, what I
No,
want,
what you did though, you got on his shoes. You got on
no,
the-
listen.
he said-
What? Okay, what I want everyone to do that's listening is to Google,
Go to
YouTube, Mike Epps,
Mike
Dame
Epps,
Dash,
Dame
Snap
Dash,
Fight,
Snap.
and let's see, because that's messed up. You playing Sweden right now.
No, that's no.
Now
that
you
was,
want to be politically Switzerland,
Nah,
rather.
it
Now
was-
he
it
want to
was
be
hilarious.
Switzerland.
We
I
can go
love
on
it.
Twitter and
You know
poll
why
it.
Now he wants to be politically correct. Because you know
did-
Mike Epps will heat you up if he sees you. That's why.
nah. Mike
Yeah,
come on the show. You know
I'm
what
the
it is.
comedian killer. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? I done Kevin Hart, all of them. That's what I do. I make comedy movies.
Now you did get Kevin Hart though.
What you mean? Because he's little now. You want? Because you know what I'm saying. You
Here
want to
we
try.
go.
To, anyway, like I said, whoever looks at it, go Google it, check it out. Let me know what you think. I know I heated him up. That's that. Period. You know what I'm saying?
So besides yourself, who's your favorite comedian,
Right now,
or just
Right
of
now?
all time?
Of all time, Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, and then after that,
definitely Richard Pryor.
now
Oh, young Eddie Murphy,
Young Eddie.
Red Fox. You know, who else is? Oh, what's his name? Nah, let me get.
You familiar with
Robert,
Corey Holcomb?
Nah, Robert Townsend. Not Robert Townsend. What's the one that died? That was a house party.
Robin Harris. Yeah, he
Robert
was
Harris was hilarious, and I hate I'm forgetting his name right now. My other man that was in Ocean's 11, the black Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Oh my
Mac.
God!
Bernie
He-
Mac.
honestly,
So good.
honestly, I seen him. Listen, I went to go see him. Me, Biggie, and Jay. We all went to go see him. Our
Right.
cruise. I remember being on the floor in Radio City. Oh my God, that was a funny motherfucker.
Bernie
my
Mac was
God,
hilarious.
that was a hood
Word.
funny nigga. I think early Chris Tucker before
Yeah.
before Rush
What happened?
Hour.
He stopped cursing. He said he stopped
Coming
cursing.
Yeah, once he
Promised
got
his
religious,
grandmother.
it was
Like,
whack.
yeah, he was like, yeah, you won't curse
Kinda
anymore.
whack. I
There's something about
I
that.
remember I seen him once in LA and was like, yo, I'm gonna heat you up. He's like, don't do that, man. You know, he said, you don't want to do that, man. And then I left him alone. I was like, he might be too funny.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He was like, you don't want to do that, man. And I was like, he might get, because he used to be like animated. You know, Eddie Griffith was kind of funny to me too.
Eddie
We used to
Griffith
we used to
is
run into
another
him
one.
a lot. And you know, like I said, like with comedians are usually guys that have very dark places, and to keep themselves sane, they're funny, and to overcompensate for the sad times. So, you know, I believe there's a common ground when you see them because they're real. So
There
if
is
you-
therapy in talking, though. There's definitely therapy in that.
Well,
you saw that with the show you're on right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course there's
Yeah.
therapy in talking. What are you
Right,
talking
right.
about? You can't have therapy
Express
without
yourself.
talking.
Express yourself.
But you doing
know what I'm
sign
saying?
language
You
when
know
you
what
do
I'm
therapy? Like, what do you mean? You know
When
what-
you're creative,
saying?
it's therapy.
It's definitely, you know,
Talking,
when you actually get a chance to speak without any reserve, or you know, you get a chance to speak your mind.
Okay,
It's therapy.
all right.
No phone
Like
calls
court
yet.
for you.
Oh my!
Oh, you
God.
turned the phone on too late, man. I think
Oh,
that's what
now we
happened.
turned the phone on too
Hey.
Don't come in here with them shades and your stunner shades on.
Yo,
and you
we
ain't
had
got no
Janet
callers.
Jackson calling in, man.
You got no
Like, you know what I'm
callers.
saying?
You ain't got nobody calling in.
Yo, we had Janet calling
This nigga's
today.
callless. That's your new nickname.
Call us.
That's my nigga callless over there.
Callis Johnson.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo.
Pause.
You know what? I think it's time to go to some music and we'll regroup and maybe we'll get some calls. I always have stuff to talk about, but you know, usually, how did y'all like me just last week? We just talked straight through it, right? Is that how it happened?
It was like one break.
And did people like that? Because sometimes, you know, I wonder, you know, if people want to hear music, but I don't think people are tuning into the Dame Dash Show for music. I think they're tuning into the Dame Dash Show to talk. And the good thing about it is, if you don't like it, turn the channel. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. So,
What do you think about network marketing before we go to the commercial?
what's that mean? Network marketing. What does that mean?
Got Melvin Bradley from
I
Atlanta.
didn't ask who asked it. I asked what does
He
that
said, "What do you
mean?
think about
We'll
network
Google
marketing?"
it on the break for you. We'll show you.
Melvin Bradley's asking. I don't know what that is either,
Like,
like that.
you
know
asking
what
me
I'm
questions you
saying?
don't understand.
asking me-
It's like you're reading off Chinese, man. You know what you're saying to me, man? Come on. Give me a question you understand.
Melvin Bradley from Georgia.
You don't understand it. How I'm gonna understand it? Milton Bradley, that's a toy company,
No,
man.
Melvin Bradley.
Milton Bradley.
Goes on.
Milton Bradley is asking.
Nigga playing with toys over here. Nigga, I'm a grown ass man.
Nah, but network marketing, you know what that is?
I don't know what you mean, man.
She knows what it is.
All right, well, of course she does. Let's go.
Please explain that to us.
Jessica.
We'll give you the Google definition later, but network marketing is branding yourself on the live air. Like you can do basically cross-pollination like you do.
Right.
You have all your brands. You get to have this platform to talk
Pollination
about
like
it.
bees and flowers?
No, like
I was
cross-pollination.
joking. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Go ahead, what you
Kill
saying?
my train of thought. Network marketing, you're allowed to use your resources yourself organically, but also you have to pay. Like Google has ad space you pay for, and you use different platforms to show your marketing.
Right.
Right now, you have a free platform. You're marketing yourself.
Right
you can
now.
use whatever you want. Yeah, you
So
do
I'm,
it.
I'm doing network marketing as we speak.
Yeah, you're
of
doing it
course.
for all your
Oh,
brands.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I invented the term, network marketing. And
It's a little more in depth than what I'm saying.
Listen,
it's
I invented
clear,
this term. I'll tell you what it
Okay,
means now.
okay.
I'll take it from here.
He said, "Listen, I invented it."
I didn't know that's what they call it. It's
I
funny when you do
invented it.
things and then they make a title and then they make it like they invented it. You know what I'm saying? No, I invented network marketing. Well, network marketing, yes, is when you use all your platforms to cross promote everything that you're doing. So if you notice, I would be doing a movie called State Property, and then I'll be selling clothing called State Property, and then I'll be doing music called State Property, and then also you would see the liquor, which at the time was Armandale Liquor and Rockwear Clothing, and so you use one platform to promote everything. All. That's what your version.
A little, not really. I mean,
I just
you
talked
spun
it-
it your
see-
way, but that's
Well,
good.
of course I'm gonna.
And that's good.
wanna
You know
talk
what?
about
That's a
spinning it?
good-
Yeah, you want to get back to sex talk? Yeah, I'll spin it my way.
I can
Spin
anytime.
that no, just playing Rocky. We just playing.
She
Anyway,
He's always playing.
She knows I know. We're all good.
we know that. We all agree. We all know. So, anyway, I was gonna go to a commercial break, and he just jumped in with a question. He didn't understand that I invented the term of
Network marketing. So now we
network
understand what
marketing.
network
Let me
marketing-
ask you a question. How do you feel about network marketing?
I think it's great, man. That's why I'm here right now. This is another part of promoting and business for hip hop motivation. We're getting it out there.
That's
We're
just
getting the
there's
Dame
no
Dash
shows,
show.
you know.
It's
All right,
great.
well, we'll be
man.
right back. We're gonna have DJ Boogie Dash if he sends the music like
Boogie.
he's supposed to. The golden boy, Lucky's big brother, and he'll do some music, and we'll come on back and we'll talk. Holla back, Dame Dash Show. We're back at the Dame Dash Show. In between the break, Jessica was saying all kind of impactful things, and she was saying because of the fact that I had interrupted her and let Raquel talk that she couldn't say it. So
No, that's not what I said. You just
whatever,
were doing your
doesn't
thing.
matter. I just want to give you your platform.
I
to say
appreciate
whatever
it.
you want to say. This is equal opportunity. I'm investing in women all the time. You see, I listen to everything y'all say.
You do.
So please let me hear what you were saying.
I was saying I was looking at something the other day, and a mashup of Michelle Obama and all the clothes she was wearing is pretty much 95% Rachel Roy.
Thank you.
And
It's
I
true.
love that. And I
appreciate
saw
that.
you build this from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, man. I always try to build something, and then once it gets to the White House, everyone breaks out, man. It's kind of funny. But that was also one of the things that, if you were reading before, we were having a lawsuit against Jones about, was they tried to cut the designer line because at the time they were funding the company, and there can't be any diffusion line if there's not a designer line. The designer line is the line that usually costs, where a pair of pants could cost $2,000. The diffusion line, and that would be Rachel Roy, and the diffusion line would be Rachel by Rachel Roy, where you could buy some pants for $200 or $100. And you can't really have a diffusion mass line if you don't have a designer line. So that an Obama or an Oprah, could wear it, and that usually what makes people that can't afford the designer line, they'll try to get a piece of that life by getting the diffusion line.
Let's explain that in clothing and watches.
All right, well, in a watch, so let's say I got
Or cars.
I have a presidential on right now. It's the gold one. That's not quite what the Rolex's business model is. They would probably make most of their money from the stainless steel tank that costs between $3,000 and $7,000. Or with a Mercedes, the Maybach's not what pays the bills at Mercedes. It's probably the 200 or the 300. But no one's gonna buy a 200 or 300 unless there is a Maybach to kind of diffuse from, a piece of a luxurious lifestyle that you can't afford. But at least you can brand yourself at a cheaper price point.
Exactly.
So
And be a part of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
at
in
least
the
you're
life.
buying into the lifestyle.
you get to buy into a lifestyle
in the
at a
club.
cheap price point. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So the expensive stuff is usually just as a commercial so that you can buy the least expensive stuff, but still feel like you're in an expensive world.
Yeah, it's crazy because the first time I ever heard about Ralph Lauren Purple label was from you.
Yeah.
Like you told me about that, and I never knew they had a luxury line like that.
Yeah, the purples again. I'm sure they don't keep their lights on from any purple label or any of that. Their lights come from off-price polo shirts at the outlet. But in order to make people pay $60, which is full price for a regular brand, but because of the what that polo pony means, all that lifestyle stuff, they could sell something off price at full price. You know what I mean? Because that shirt will usually cost $120, even though it only costs $5 to make. But because of what the brand represents, and you notice that you never really hear Ralph Lauren talk. You ever heard him talk?
Never.
Yeah.
Only
Never heard
interview on paper.
Yeah, because you know why? He'll sound like Ralph Lipschitz. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to see, because that's his real name, is Lipschitz. and you'll see that the aspirational lifestyle might be a bit contrived. You know, Ralph Lauren is from the Bronx. You know, I read his biography. He wasn't born into a whole bunch of dough. You know what I mean? So I've been seeing. I
like Ralph Lauren.
Oh, okay. We need to move the car. Hey, my car. I mean, yeah. Can you give the keys or you can move the car? Give it to somebody. Car's out there. Sorry about that. In the middle of me talking, he just handed me the thing, made me read it, and of course I'm
Real
gonna stop. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It happens.
Your life doesn't stop when the world keeps going.
I mean, you know, especially when it's my show, I could talk and as I feel.
So he's from the Bronx originally.
Yeah, Ralph Lauren's from the Bronx. Excuse me?
Open the door and throw it out the window.
Yeah, we can do that.
She went down.
So do you have any other questions? I see nobody's calling today. I
Yeah.
see 1 week he's
we
the
got a
man.
call. No, we got somebody.
Who you got? Who you got?
Who we got right now?
Yeah,
I don't know who called through.
You don't know who called through.
Hello?
Hello,
Yo, what's good? Who we got here on the phone?
it's Q
Hey, Q, what's good? What's good? Where you calling from?
calling from LA.
Word. What's your question today?
Oh, what's up, Q? What's your question, man?
Hey, what up? How y'all doing, man?
I'm assuming this is one of Kadada's friends.
Nah. I don't know.
So how do you know the call?
He just called up here. I don't know. They like to try to put me on blast.
Hey, one of Kadada's
Like,
best
real
friends.
contrived,
What's up,
real
man?
contrived. Like I went out there and was like, look, call in real quick, man.
That's exactly what you did.
No, I
You
didn't.
did-
No, I didn't.
All right, well, anyway, what's the question, Q? Nice to meet you.
All right. So my question is, how's everything going with the radio station? Everything is right?
Yeah, everything's pretty good, man. You know, we're learning it. It's not quite my business model, so it's more something I'm doing because I enjoy it. I like distributing information. If it turns into something that I can monetize, I will. Maybe we'll syndicate it. But, you know, as of yet, I like to come through and, you know, talk about business and my point of view on things and my life experiences. Again, it's therapeutic. And I'm an open book anyway, so I'd rather people hear the truth from me, you know, so it's all good.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked you on the show too, man. I seen you and your son on the little show. I liked that, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Oh, on Growing Up Hip Hop?
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is?
I'm mad it went off so soon, though.
Yeah, they got picked up. They're going to have another season. You know what's funny is I've only seen the first episode. It's hard for me to watch myself on television, you know?
Yeah.
I'm serious, because then you see imperfections. Like, I don't want to see stuff and be mad about it. Like, just go ahead. Let it do what it got to do. It's like a mirror. You walk past a mirror. You know, you can walk around, you think you're doing it the whole day, and then you
Rocky,
look in the
that's
mirror.
truth. That's the truth. You don't like to watch that UFC.
He just likes to
Ask
listen
her.
to himself.
Oh, okay, look, so was we last week we brought that up with the television? And I was like, that was on this on this show?
I think so, yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were, all right, so when we went home that night or the night after, I'm in the bed asleep, and all of a sudden, like, Damon, look, you're on television, look. And State Property Part 2 is on, and I'm like, I don't want to see that, man. I rolled to the other side, and she's got hype. I was like, yeah, all right, you got me there, you got me here, you know?
Oh, my Lord.
It's a nice show, though, because we always see you, going hard. So we kind of seen the little soft side of thing, you know what I mean? How you feel about your son and everything.
Yeah.
So it was...
Yeah, you know, as it relates to the family, man, business is one way, but the way I am with my children is completely another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really what I'm fighting for, is to protect those kids. You know what I mean? So they can have a better life. And I try my best not to traumatize them with my attitude or the way I approach things. So I have to definitely make sure my coaching and teaching methods aren't as harsh as my business methods. You know what I mean?
Because you had Boogie around everything.
Yeah, Boogie was around everything.
He was around everything. Like,
Boogie's more like my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
One question, though, when y'all had the little meeting and you was telling them that you want to move or something, and he was like, I ain't with it, and you was like, I'm gonna stand up and take off. He was kind of scared.
He never knows what I'm gonna do.
He was like, are you serious? you like, yeah, I'm serious, man. What? I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna take off. It was like, I'm playing.
I gotta watch that episode. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I gotta check that. Yeah, I gotta look how they did that. Plus, you never know how they're gonna cut stuff up. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I be trying not to check it like that. Like with the we good? All right. Well, anyway, nice talking to you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your perspective, and hip hop. Growing Up Hip Hop will be on for a second season, so you will be able to see more. And then check out Music Moguls, which will be on in June on BET. And if you want to see more of Dame Dash, go to dame-studios.com. You can see everything visually.
For sure. All right, nice speaking to you.
All right, I'll see you in the barbershop.
Yo, I don't know what that is. I'll see you in the barbershop.
Next caller.
That's it.
There's no more
That's
calls.
it.
You
That's
didn't
it.
call anybody to call?
No, I did.
Oh, I see. I thought you had special guests, not callers. I'm saying you came last week with lefts and rights and 1, 2, 3s. Like, what's going on right now?
No, I got it. Yeah.
See,
no.
one
Got a
week he's
high
the-
bar to reach.
One week.
I know.
No, we got somebody
last
calling
week you
now.
put a.
We got some
I
people
thought you said
calling
we had somebody coming in.
We got to keep
we
the
did.
momentum up.
They're calling in.
You know, they
Oh,
said
they're gonna
that
call in?
last week was one of the best shows
No radio shows for the whole shit.
for the whole Dash Radio.
Is that right?
It was big.
You got to keep up the
really
momentum.
Good.
You kept that information to yourself this week?
No, she just found out.
I just found
You were
out.
late. If you were here on time.
Yeah, if you were here on time, you would have
Right.
heard us all go
it
through
was at the
it.
beginning of the show. You know, no. What happened? What were you saying? You can talk in the mic, I don't mind. Pause.
I was just saying, for the record, the dude said, he said your name. Just saying. He said the dude Q.
He's like, can I speak to
did?
Kenyatta?
Yeah, he was
said my
like,
name?
yeah, he said Q told me to call in.
That was the
Ken
tell.
told me to
That was
call
the
in.
tell.
He talking about he probably.
Now we know it all.
I think we have another call. Wow.
got another call.
Everybody, that was Mo that's the engineer behind the whole set.
That's Mo.
Exactly.
What's up, Mo? You know?
Congratulations on having a really good show.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank you.
big deal. Wow. Especially in today's era.
Yeah.
Radio's not.
I you know what's funny is I've had a radio show for years. I had one on Hot 97 and Power, I think, the Dame Dash show. I had one on Sirius. I've always done radio because I like to talk, you know, so I might as well monetize it in some way, shape, or form, or at least distribute some information to people if it's going to be positive. You know,
And
what
you're
I mean?
good at conversation.
Yeah, I think so. Good.
I do.
I think so. I appreciate you recognizing that. Thank you.
I feel privileged.
Yeah, you look good too. You just jingling, baby.
Thank you.
Over there.
Go ahead,
Good
baby.
God.
I know she came in with her Chanel bag or hat.
Very busty.
Couldn't wear the hat though.
Ow.
Very, very busty. Very shaky.
Always.
Gotcha.
Since I was young.
It's
Yeah.
like, it's like your chest is twerking.
Always.
Get a little chest twerk. A little chest twerk.
You should get him swimming, actually. It's the best workout
You're
for
right.
all of your joints.
Nah, you're definitely
Actually,
right.
that's a really good idea.
Well, that's the reason why we're looking for a
That's
new
why we're
crib.
trying to get a pool.
We have to get the crib. We have to have the pool. Where we're at
Oh, we
now.
got
The pool's
hospital?
not working.
We got the house right now. We're at for the pool, but it's not working.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Oh, we
You
got
can fix that.
Hopsin. We got Hopsin on the air right
Uh-oh.
now. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
well, first of all, why don't you explain
heavy
it?
millennial,
Explain it to me.
heavy millennial movement. You know what I'm saying? He's
Right.
doing this thing out here in L.A. He got a huge following.
I was checking his the YouTube channel because you sent me some information.
Right.
Over 1 million people subscribers.
Man, he's doing this thing.
Okay, so let's get him on. I'm down.
All right.
I thought you said
We bringing Hopsin in, or what?
I thought you said he was coming to the show.
Yeah, well, he's gonna explain that to us right now.
All
'cause,
right. I'm just telling you what you told me.
yeah, you know,
You texted me late, but I couldn't get no service. That's why I couldn't text back.
he's on.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
Yo, what up?
Hey, what's good? What's good with you?
I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling. How's everything with you guys?
Man, everything's great, man. So
What's good, man? But first off, nice to meet you. You know, I heard a lot about
What's
you.
up?
Kenyatta just educated me,
Yeah.
and from what I'm seeing, I'm proud of what you're doing. Go ahead.
Thanks, man. I actually met you. You remember Damon Elliott?
Yeah, definitely. That's
I met you in
Dionne
2007,
Warwick's
a
son,
long
right?
time ago when I was out in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with Damon Elliott. We had walked in, and I had white contacts in, and he brought me to the office a long ass time ago. You probably don't remember, but yeah, but I didn't have shit popping back then. So
Okay.
I mean, but yeah.
So what was the
It's
difference
good to
between
meet
then
you
and
again.
now? Like, did you have what was going on then, and what's going on now?
Oh
Like,
well, I was trying because I was just one of the new dudes just trying to get a deal, and I didn't have no exposure. So Damon Elliott was trying to shop me back then.
right.
But then he had got me signed to Ruthless Records, and that didn't work out too well. I mean, but then I just started my own shit and found out how to work the internet, and then I built the buzz that way, you know.
So do you find that doing it on your own was the best way to do it, as opposed to waiting for somebody to empower you?
Oh, definitely the best way because I mean, yeah, from the start of since I fell in love with rap, I feel like the world was promoting that the only way to get it done is to become a slave to a label and be out there, but not letting. Like, I mean, if anybody wants to become like a Jimmy Iovine, those guys all started as a teenager one day in their garage, just going, "Hey,
Right.
I want to do this one day and create this," and then they make them statement. They put the perception off as if they are the go-to guys, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we all have that power to do that as long as we do our homework and
So
get that working.
so your mentality
yeah,
back then
the
was
internet definitely helped me out.
So your mentality back then was that it would have been a great thing to be signed, and that's what you were looking at perception wise. That would have been the end. That would have been the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But you saw that, you know, doing it on your own was really the pot of gold at the end of the radio. You're kind of lucky that things didn't happen the right way in the beginning, so that you could just enjoy being independent. I think.
No, it was a blessing in disguise because ideally every dude fresh out of high school, once the whole situation happened, they want to go freestyle at the radio station and want Dr. Dre to hear them like it happened with Eminem or who else. But yeah, but it was a blessing in disguise that stuff didn't work out because I have full control over everything that I do now, and I understand everything, and I get all the information directly to myself. There's nobody else doing anything for me, so I understand it all. I know how to duplicate it as well.
How's the show game going?
Damn, I don't know how that happened.
How's the show game? Like when you do shows and stuff.
Shows good. I'm doing shows all around the world.
What kind of venue? Like how big are the venues?
States, Canada, Australia, Europe. The venues I'm doing now, they're it varies between 1,000 to 1,700. So
if you could get 1,000 people, you can make money for the rest of your life.
You've been saying that. You've been saying that.
You can fill up the House of Blues and you can make money forever. Make 30, 40 racks a show. Is your merch game? You got good merch game going too?
Oh yeah, merch game is on point. Yeah, got the merch game on point.
What would you say? What would you say makes you your most? What would you say makes you? And the reason why I'm asking is so other people can know, as an artist that's in the game and doing well on the independent level, what would you say makes you your most money? What pays the bills on your business model?
What pays the bills? I mean, it's a bunch of things together, but what's a consistent revenue is, I mean, the albums of course selling every day, but the heavy hitting things would be like the YouTube channel. So I go really hard on the videos because I feel like once people see the visual behind the song,
and that makes you your money.
Like, I get it.
Off the YouTube channel, how do you make money off that? And again, I'm just asking so that the consumer can know.
Oh yeah. Because there's companies that you partner with, so you can get a percentage, so you can get a certain amount of views a certain amount of money every 1,000 views or so. So once that adds up, I mean, I have a few million on some videos. So yeah, I make a good living off of that.
What?
I mean, along with everything else, but
so if you do a video off a couple of off every 1,000, you get a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't get no money from that Breakfast Club interview, man. I got to get some bread from that. How do I get money off that?
I think it's a channel.
Real talk.
Yeah, the channel.
I mean, if you got some shit out there, there's companies that will track your shit down, and they will track down all your money for you. Because if you're featured in the video, I mean, realistically, you need to be paid off of it if your name
I'm about to get a whole lot of money
and all that stuff.
What?
That's what we need to do with hip hop motivation.
Do you know a company that can do that for me?
Huh?
What company will do that for me offline? Give me a number, man. Give me a number so I can call somebody to go get my bread. I need that, especially right now. I need.
If it was the Breakfast Club, chances are their YouTube channel is linked into another YouTube channel where they're making the money off of it. So they're probably looking at it from you're on my show.
Right. Oh, so basically, if it's on your channel, that's how you make the money. If it's on your channel.
Yeah, if it's on your channel, yeah. But you can also look. So let's say if you made a song. And then somebody else uploaded it that you didn't know, some kid in fucking Europe.
Right.
You can and over the course of 3 years it got 50 million views. But you didn't have no attachment to that. You can get with the company that will see how much money that you're owed from that video and have all the money streamed to your.
So even if it's not on your channel, if your likeness is in there, you can get paid for it.
Yeah.
So like for example, Choke No Joke.
Claim it because it's still your content. Yeah.
For example, Choke No Joke, I paid him to be my videographer, and he made doubles of everything I did, and he puts out stuff on the internet of me. I can go get my bread from that.
Yeah, you can get. Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to get some bread.
Because there's a lot of money on the YouTube that people aren't tracking down. They don't know. But this is this is the world that I live in, where I'm trying to keep track of all that money. So.
Right. So do you have a company that does it, or you do it? You have a particular company?
Yeah, there's a few companies that do it, but yeah, I have a company that does it. And
the thing I don't understand about YouTube is, do you have to go through a third party to get paid? Because I had like a YouTube channel, but they were telling me that YouTube only talks to a third party, and you got to go through a third party, and they get a percentage of your money. Can you go direct now? This was years ago.
Yeah, and it's real fucked up. So pretty much what YouTube/Google they did was they only gave the power. They only granted the power to a few companies out there to say, hey, you guys can sign other
right.
YouTube members to your company, and then give them money for it. So yeah. So let's just say I think from what I believe, I could be wrong, but I think every 1,000 views, from what it makes from the net
Yeah.
is like $20 some dollars every 1,000 views. So I think YouTube takes half of that. But then you got the other half going to that other company,
Right.
and that other company gives you half of that.
So you have
really
so you
you're
have
making
another
that
company
small
that
percentage.
so you have another company, a third party.
The
Yeah.
third party company.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting robbed.
I would like to have direct sense. I think that.
Yeah, like what's the purpose of a third party? That's not fair.
Yeah. So that's Yeah, so you got the middleman.
Still a middleman, bro. They figured out how to make a middleman for the internet, man. That's true. Yeah, still, you still have control, but they always make a middleman. It's like that for iTunes too, right?
Yeah.
For iTunes, for the movie, like even certain people can go straight through. Like I go straight through for my music, but for movies, I have to have a third party. Man, this shit is crazy to me. It's always it's like they create a middleman, so you need a gatekeeper. Like, why do they do that? Always. There's always a gatekeeper putting power on for on some level, man. It's fucking crazy, and they get paid to what? Just collect. It's like there's freedom in the internet, but just the way they setting it up at times, it seems like it's still trying to be.
It's redirecting liabilities.
What's that mean?
Meaning that you have someone else to take a fall with you.
So usually there's a third party. So what fall? What's the fall?
It doesn't matter what the fall might be.
But what could fall happen on YouTube? What fall? What could happen?
Stuff could happen.
What stuff?
You could have someone host your video because they didn't like what you said, and people go against you.
That's an opinion. What's that to do with the dough?
It doesn't matter. Say you have a sponsor behind you, and
no, it's not a sponsor. It's a third party.
Right.
You don't even know that person exists. No one sees them. They don't advertise. All they do is get half of your money for collecting it. That's it.
That's pretty much what it is. I mean, because in reality,
because they're on the contract.
I know, but why? What the fuck? We don't need them. We don't need them on the contract.
But say YouTube gets sued or something. You never know. They have a fallback.
There's no listen. The third party is just as broke as you are, as if not. Now they got more because they just took a piece of everybody else's. But the liability I feel is limited. I think that if you are a person that can get enough views, you should be a person to protect yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you want to have somebody have half of your bread just in case you get sued. Or you're gonna get sued anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also have to pay if you need it. If they need someone else to pay you out or something. Say they need money, they can go to that person.
No, that person don't advance no bread. Well, we'll see. What are you protecting the man? What's going on right now?
You say what?
She's protecting the man. She's like, no, meaning like I'm saying the third party. Are you a third party? You acting like you got guilt with that or something. You a third party?
Maybe.
You have third party guilt right now.
You never know.
Well, go ahead. Well, let me get down. Shit, I'd rather you be my third party than somebody else. We gonna share that.
We can share that.
So you have your own? Do you have your own label? What are you doing? What are you doing right now? You have your own?
Yeah. I had a label. I had a label called Funk Volume. That I've had for like eight years. We recently had a splitting, but I'm starting up a new label right now currently. So I still got my fan base and everything. So
dope.
I mean, I didn't really need to have a label. I had a label to help other artists to kind of give them the platform that I had to make it easier, because once the whole internet game came in, it fucked a lot of people up because they didn't know how to take advantage of it, and they didn't know what to do, but people were blowing up. So I figured it out. So I just made a label because I wanted to help other artists to show them how to build a platform, how to go start touring.
Right.
I always look at it like if you have not to cut you off, but if you have a company, you always have to have a music division. You know what I mean? I don't even call them labels no more. I call them music divisions because I partner up. I'm always like gonna do music because I like music, but it's not my business model. I think sometimes music is a platform to promote everything else you're doing, just like a movie. But I always call it a division. Yeah. It's always going to be under my umbrella some way, shape, or form. But there's always like a music, the merch part of it means there's going to be fashion. The video part of it means that you have the ability to make movies. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like we all become entertainment conglomerates some way, shape, or form once you become good at being creative, because there's so many ways to be creative. And usually a creative person isn't creative about one thing. They're creative about everything. Yeah. And then being able to share your platform with other people that don't necessarily know how to do it in the moment is always a good thing. So where can we see your next show?
I highly agree on having a music division if you're starting a company, because I learned the hard way in building a business with people who wear the wrong hats and
Yeah.
overstepping in areas that they know nothing
Always.
about. You know what I'm saying? So,
Always.
yeah, well, because if you got a dude from the business world or whatever, they come in, they may only know how to count numbers, but they don't know about the culture. You know what I'm saying? So, but by trying to, for some people, some businessmen will come in and then automatically assume they get it, and they get the whole culture, they get why songs are hits or why they're not, and when they don't understand that, that's when shit starts going downhill. And yeah, I learned that the hard way a few times.
So let me ask you a question. In my Poppington universities, I always ask this question with people when they come through. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you aspire to have accomplished with your career in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years,
Yeah. Like if you could rewind to 5 years, what do you want to be?
A bigger artist, but I don't just want to say bigger artist just expecting it to happen. I understand the steps that I need to take to get there. And I mean, I just want to be well established to the point. I'm established in the underground, but I want to be established in the mainstream world. And by mainstream, I don't mean, selling out, doing shit that I'm not that's against what I stand for. It's just more about being on a bigger platform to where
If there's a mainstream, I'm sorry. If there was a mainstream career above that you can compare yourself to, or what you would like to emulate, whose mainstream career would you want to have the close? Not to say to be exactly the same, but someone who hit this mainstream.
Yeah.
Like what kind of artist mainstream?
I mean, popularity wise, I mean, it would be Drake, Tupac, Eminem, one of the I'm just talking about popularity wise, as far as how many people I'd want to know about me, because I don't feel. Why would I be involved in a game that I'm not trying to conquer? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to join a team and just be like, hey, I'm cool with just being the small guy. Like I want to be the Michael Jordan of it. So, but I'm aware of all the steps that I have to take and all the homework that I have to do to get to that place. But yeah, I mean, I want to be as big as they come, as big as the biggest rapper you can think of. That I won't be comfortable until I have a spot like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we just Kenyatta just showed me his Galaxy phone, and I'd never seen Instagram on Galaxy, but
it's crispy, right?
So I touched it and it just zapped out. But he did show me your Instagram. You got like 500,000 people. So I would say that there are people that are on mainstream that don't have 500,000 people. I think in the millennial you are mainstream because you have 500,000 people that you could talk to whenever you feel like it. On IG, you got 1 million Instagram subscribers. YouTube channel subscribers. It's almost like mainstream today to me is a different mainstream. Like you could be on the radio all day, but don't have anything with the millennials. I think it's more powerful what you're doing as far as the future. And everyone that I know that's doing it. Like I was watching the Grammys, and I saw Kendrick Lamar, and I remember Kendrick Lamar like 7 years ago killing the internet. And I knew he was going to be that next guy. I remember Wiz Khalifa killing the internet. I remember Drake killing the internet. And this was before, Instagram. It was more like just YouTube. Drake killing the internet. To me, whoever's building a foundation, on the internet, that's going to be the person that's going to control pop culture in the future if you continue to just keep going. Because there's no one that's existing now that's new. It was like in the Grammys this time, it was like a new regime. It was very refreshing to me in a certain way because I was seeing a bunch of different artists at that mainstream platform. Like The Weeknd. I remember when The Weeknd, we were trying to get him to perform in the basement like 6 years ago. And, but by the time he had a record out on the radio, I had already heard like 5-6 albums from him and new records. Like I've been picking my daughter up with playing The Weeknd, and it's funny because now people are like, oh, The Weeknd's the new lick. And I'm like, The Weeknd's old now to me because I've been knowing him for the last 7 years. But he finally hit pop culture, and he's like new to mainstream, but old to a millennial. Or like, not to say old like old man, but just I know about him 5-6 years. Kendrick Lamar is nothing new to me. But to everyone that was watching the Grammys, that was a brand new artist and breath of fresh air. And I was just happy to see that finally these guys that I was looking at on the millennial level are now being recognized at doing their art without compromise at that level. So I just feel like, I think you're hitting that mainstream level. You're on your way there. Just as long as you get your show to where you, like you said, you got over 1,000, 1,500, you get to the Garden, that's when that bread really starts to happen, when you can start doing those kind of venues when it's like 10, 20,000. That's when you make that stupid money. And that's like when you like 10 years in, you know what I mean? Like I remember the first time we did the Garden at Wembley Stadium and all that. I remember opening up for someone at the Garden.
I guess.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, I said, I guess one of the main things that that other artists need to know about, like, because when you're independent, like I've been, you kind of like I had my own system where I was like, fuck everybody else. I figured this shit out on my own. Cause I gross around $2 million a year just on my own doing shows with everything that I do as a whole.
Let me hold something. Being fucked up.
So it got to the point where I was like, okay, I see Kendrick Lamar. He's bigger than I am. J. Cole, they're bigger. But then I'm looking at money wise. I'm like, okay, I can go anywhere I want in the world. I can travel. I have a very good life.
Right.
But like I said,
you nailed it right there. People, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm satisfied because I look at my life and I go, people would just, the average American would just kill to even make 60 or 70 grand a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, I have nothing to complain about. But then, like I said, as far as the competitive person in me, where I'm like, I can't be a part of a game if I'm not acknowledged.
Right.
If I'm not acknowledged in the way that, like Jordan is acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the team and you're a good player, you just want the world to see it. And that's really what every artist wants above anything. So
yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen.
So the money, I understand it financially, but my motive now is just to be, because when I'm sitting at home, I'm like, I know I made it, but I don't feel like I made it because the world, I still walk outside.
That's in the beginning of the. In the beginning of the show, I was saying the same thing. It's like, I got a company, Rachel Roy, in the fashion business. It's a $50 million company, but I still feel like people perceive me as being fucked up just because it's not what they perceive as successful. And the funny thing is, when people started to talk about my pockets is when I had the most money. You know what I'm saying? But it was just because I wasn't in the public eye jumping on the stage and doing that buffoonery. I had to be looking like I'm fucked up. But the really is when I jumped off the stage is when I started to make more bread. You know what I'm saying? But, it's funny how perception, some people live by perception and some people live by reality. I choose to live with reality. I'd rather be rich than look rich. I'd rather be powerful than look powerful. I noticed that when people are trying to look rich, they usually be broke. I noticed that when people are fiend out to be famous is because they're really insecure about the fact that they're not. And when, all of that. Just like when someone acts like they're super duper tough, they usually be super duper soft. You know what I'm saying, Paul? So that's usually how that goes. Yep. And it's a matter of perception and what you value as the win. So that's why I was saying, like, you already got just as much as anybody else and probably more than somebody that's on the radio or has a push from a major label, because you're in control of your destiny. You can pay your bills. You're grossing millions of dollars a year. You would rather be a millionaire independent than a 100,000-aire major. You know what I'm saying? And be living check to check.
Very
you know what I mean? So
and he has creative control.
He's in control. He's the boss. And there's nothing better than being the boss. Nothing better.
Especially creatively.
Every level. Now, trust me on that.
Yeah, and there's always obstacles. So now what I have to tap into now, because I figured the whole internet game out, but I don't like. I would love to perform a late night TV show. I've never done that.
You need a publicist. You got a publicist?
So now
you have a publicist?
No, see, I've never been linked with a good publicist.
Well, that's what it is. Let me just tell you the secret. Let me just tell you the secret to success in pop culture. It's $10,000 a month for a publicist. You go get an Amanda Silverman or one of these dark groups or some, because that's how I had it. That's how I made sure it was set up for Jay. That's how I made sure it was set up for Kanye. I would have like 4 publicists on each of them. I'd have a trade publicist, an urban publicist, a lifestyle publicist. I had every kind of publicist. But $10,000 a month can make you the most famous person on the planet. $10,000 a month. Set aside $120 a year for a publicist for a year. But the bad thing about that is, once the public really fucks with you, when you don't want to be in the newspaper, they still gonna fuck with you. So if you don't hire a publicist, the good press turns into bad press. It's like, once you got, that's what happened with me. I had all these publicists, and I'm like, I'm not paying $10,000 a month no more for publicity. And then I still was in the paper just as much. It just was bad press. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to good press. But press is press to me. I don't really give a fuck. If you care about what people think, but if you don't give a fuck, it don't matter. But that's the dangerous part about getting in the public eye, is you can't step down. You will stay in the public eye. Even you can't turn that switch off. You can't turn it off. But if you want to get that pop culture, and if you want to do the radio show, the Jimmy Kimbal's and all of that just takes a publicist. That's it. All you need is a publicist. You pay somebody 10 racks a month. Not a $3,000 a month publicist, a $10,000 a month publicist. That works with other people. Not a $3,000 a month publicist, because there's a lot of those out there. There's a lot of $1,500 a month joints. That's not going to do it. You got to get one where you're not the biggest artist on their roster, where get a heavy hitter. But if you got the bread to pay for it, you could pay for success. Trust me, it's a formula. if you want that.
Yeah.
And that's really the
that,
secret.
That's what I have not tapped into yet.
That's all you need,
which
man.
I want to, because I'm aware. I've seen dudes blow up out of nowhere. I'm like, come on, I ain't seen no signs of this on the internet. Nowhere. It just came out of nowhere.
Publicists.
All of a sudden, he's with all the Bieber. He's on late night TV. I'm like, okay, something's fishy here. I know damn well that artists ain't nobody that dope where they just out of nowhere. Look at me, I'm taking over the whole world.
When you get on television, they don't usually know you until you sit down. People like, what they get on the internet, they find out who you are, but there's a booker that does that, and they have a relationship with a publicist, and the publicist is the one that makes things or makes people. Because you got to remember, like in Hollywood or on television, that's the last real form of information. If you the further removed you are from the concrete, the further you're not gonna know what's really going on. A publicist's job is to tell people that don't know shit what's going on or what to promote, because everyone needs content at the end of the day. They want more superstars. They want more celebrities. I can tell when an artist gets a publicist. Like all of a sudden I'm looking, I see, The Weeknd and Future and all that on GQ. I'm like, oh, they must have got a publicist, because they wasn't there all that time ago. You know what I mean? You could tell when somebody gets a publicist, and that's what a major does, a label does. They get you a publicist, which is usually outsourced. Sometimes they have an in-house publicist. Actually, they usually do have someone that controls publicity that'll go and outsource a bigger publicist. Right. But that's all you got to do is look at who's rolling, who's their publicist. That's who you hire.
Who's on red carpet?
They'll take the dollar. Yeah, they'll take that dollar. You know what I'm saying? They will take any. All money is green.
Let me ask you a question as far as publicists go. So like you just said, if find out who has a dope publicist, get their publicist. Now, are there publicists from your experience that are like, nah, I don't know this dude, I ain't fuck with him, I don't care if he has $10,000 a month. Nah, I don't know this dude.
I never seen no publicist walk away from money ever. That's one thing people don't walk away from. Cash. Now, a publicist might say, because I've had publicists that charge $10,000 a month that will only charge $3,000 because they're really into the project and they want to help you. But I ain't never seen nobody walk away from 10 racks a month. 10 bands? Nah, I never seen that. Nobody's walking away from money in this world, period. Not especially at pop culture level. They're for hire. The thing about this world is everything is for hire. That's what's fucked up about the world. Money controls everything. White, black, it don't matter. The Ku Klux Klan will take a check from a black man. You understand what I'm saying?
They'll come to the BET Awards.
For the right price, you can pay the KKK to come see. You know what I'm saying? Anybody for money, like right now, for the right price, I can have Bill Clinton come in here and do a speech for all 5 of us. If I give him a couple hundred, you know what I'm saying? No one says no to cash money. It don't matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? Period. So that's the answer to that question. And I'm about to get back in the publicist game once I start to promote my network, Dame Dash Studios. But I just want it up and running and smooth sailing. And then I'm gonna put it back into pop culture. I'm gonna pay that bread when it's time to. You know what I'm saying? And that's that.
Yeah. Yep. Man. Oh, that's very valuable knowledge, man. I appreciate that.
No doubt. Well, let me know when your next show is. I'm definitely curious. I'll definitely come through. I'm on the West Coast, so I'd love to check shit out.
Got something going on in March, right?
Yeah, I got some on March 19th. I got a show at Nokia Theater. So
you cut him too?
I definitely have to go. You can go up there in person. I didn't. Today I won't be able to make it, but definitely in the future in a few weeks or whatever. I'd like to go in there and just chop it up, and actually.
Yeah, let's have a face to face and speak, man. I always want to help, and I like to know the cool shit before it happens. I'm 45, 44. I like to front on my kids. And always be able to say I knew this person before they popped.
Before
you know what I'm saying? Huh?
So you knew him before he popped or whatever.
That kind of thing. Right. And one more. And Kenyatta, how's it feel to be a celebrity cutting celebrities?
Man, it's cool, man. I mean,
when you come in to give a celebrity a cut, you basically giving them an autograph.
Right. Well, Hopsin is with my stepbrother.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's partnered with him, so and they're doing great things, man.
I'm just saying in general. I wasn't just saying.
How's it feel? I mean, it's dope, man. It's dope, man. It feels
signing
great.
Autographs.
It feels great.
Signing autographs.
Sometimes, man, if I'm at swap meets, something like that. Swap meets, I'm signing autographs. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Okay. You mean Roscoe's?
CVS, stuff like that.
CVS.
Not Macy's yet, but you know what I'm saying.
86 are not Macy's yet.
You know what I'm saying?
These are funny guys.
Yo, man, look. We're going to stay in contact, of course, as you know. And tell them where they can reach you at, man.
I don't like you just cutting us off when you feel like, hey, man, look, like we done. You know what I'm saying?
Taking over.
Whenever we start talking
He
about
said
him,
this ain't the hip hop motivation
Yo,
show. This is Dave Dash
this
show.
is hip hop motivation.
No,
This is definitely hip hop motivation.
This is
right
hip hop
now.
motivation. What you talking about?
Yo. So where can they reach you at, man?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Hopsin, Hopsin. I'm on Instagram you type in Hopsin, I'll pop up in the search thing. Facebook, search Hopsin. Just search Hopsin anywhere. I'm on iTunes. I got a lot of dope videos on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty much everywhere you can find any other artists except, I mean, I go see my shit in stores. But yeah.
Nobody goes to stores
look me
anymore.
up.
Nobody goes to stores anymore.
Digital.
Not even at
Unless
Amoeba.
it's-
Not even at Amoeba.
Unless it's
It
vinyl.
sounds-
Just for
it sounds
vinyl,
cool.
that's not a lot. That's a novelty business, Amoeba. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Amoeba, trust me, because I'm old school. But that's for people that appreciate the art of music and want to physically see it. But most people get things digitally. You know that.
Digital.
You know that. But I do suggest. Do you make vinyl? Last question.
I do not make vinyl.
That's what you should make. Make some vinyl. Vinyl is hard. Pause. I love vinyl. That's what Raquel and our business model is in the music business is only digital and vinyl. That's it. It's
Digital and vinyl.
Yeah, CDs will be the new vinyl soon. You know what I'm saying? But right now, vinyl just represents a certain kind of coolness. You know what I'm saying?
It's just something
Hipster.
extra that a true fan wants.
Yeah, they want to be able to see it, touch it. The
Yeah.
album covers, art.
That's a
shit like that.
collectible.
Yeah,
Right there.
like we should be like we're
Yep.
gonna put the Culture Vulture audiobook on vinyl. Yeah, so people just
So-
play it. Listen to some, or smoke a joint or whatever. Just listen to some good.
You've been checking out the hip hop
Album
motivation
cover, really
videos.
great.
You don't put them out that much anymore.
You talking about?
You've been checking out Dame's videos.
Why Dame?
online?
Why you put Dame in it? Don't stop. You want to know about you.
I'll try to,
You
I'll
said
try to
Now he's
hip hop
complaining.
motivation
Don't
videos.
try to put it on.
I haven't got a chance to check those out, but I would love to check them out though.
All right, we got you.
I
We got
haven't
you.
seen
Yeah,
it
no
though.
doubt.
I mean, you saw the Breakfast Club interview. What'd you think about that?
Why you getting it back on me?
Yeah, I
Go
saw
get it off me. Poor. Don't listen to him, man. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him.
You thought it was crazy?
Listen.
Hey, wait a minute, you thought it was crazy?
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Everybody quit their job. You saw that?
Oh, he back on that. Nobody quit their job. Knock it off. Everyone started new jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Started new
Who's
jobs.
everyone too, by the way? What
They
you
was
talking
like,
about?
yeah, man, I quit. I was like, damn, you quit? What happened? You know,
Was that
Dame
a-
said.
Was that a
quit.
bad thing?
Dame said quit.
Did you congratulate him or give him a hug? Which one?
Well, I had to give a free haircut. They didn't have the money.
Oh.
Because you told them to quit.
But did I tell him to quit and not do anything, or did I tell him to quit and start to flip?
Well, a
When
lot
I
of
know
people
when
don't
I'm,
understand.
I know when I'm grinding, I don't get haircuts. So if I'm grinding, I quit. Then if I quit and I'm grinding, then I shouldn't be getting
brains
no cut
blown
anyway.
out. It's growing out on the sides. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what has to happen. So you get that bread. Get that bread.
exactly.
You know, it motivates you. I do that to myself all the
Gotta
time.
when
put
you-
money,
that's when you know.
Instead of putting money into your looks, you got to put money in your family's mouth.
Exactly. All right, then. All right, man. So nice talking to you again, man. I appreciate it.
All right, for sure, man. Yeah, definitely.
No
Talk
doubt.
to you soon, man. Hope everything's well.
My man, you too.
Peace.
That was a good call right there. You made that happen.
We got right now?
We have somebody else. Oh, now he's gonna start going
Who we
crazy.
got?
We got.
My main man, B Rich. Is this B Rich?
Oh, you already know.
This
who you got.
B.O.B.'s manager right here. This B Rich.
Okay.
You know, he calling
What's
in.
going on?
What's good, B? What's happening with you?
Nothing much, man. How you doing? Everybody good?
Everybody's great,
What's
man.
happening, man?
What's up, man?
All right.
Just a big fan of your movement, man. Been watching you ever before I even got into the music industry when I was a pharmaceutical rep.
All
I was a
right.
big fan of what you did in music and it's inspired me to do that with what I'm doing with B.O.B., Kevin Gates. I work with Tip, Hustle Gang, and some new up and coming artists that I have.
That's
I
dope.
met you in New York. Me and Bob came to your, I think we had a film studio or something like that. It was with Mickey Fats or whatever. We met you then.
Oh, my gallery.
Like,
DD 172.
yeah,
My collective. Yeah. Okay.
that was like
Tribeca. Okay.
2011. I can't remember.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, what's happening, man?
Shit, man, just out here working, man. Just we got a new artist named London J in Atlanta. Tip, he's gonna be on Hustle Gang. The Bankroll Mafia project. They put out a song. We got Scotty ATL. He's doing his thing. And got this new kid named Tommy Swisher. He's gonna be the shit. Jim Johnson's working with him, executive producing this project, and be on the lookout for him. And B.O.B. he's about to come back out with some
He was with Atlantic, right?
good material. Yeah, B.O.'b.'s with Atlantic.
Is he still with
he's on
Atlantic?
that system. Yeah, he was still with Atlantic. Still with the same
It's a
people he
new.
cussed out.
It's a whole new. Regime over there, right? Since Lior left, right?
I mean, Julie's still there. Kaiser's still
Oh
there.
God, you still Mike Kaiser?
Yeah.
What does Mike Kaiser
I heard
do?
you say that name before.
Oh
Mike-
man,
Now-
he used to
now
be the
Mike
little
Kaiser's
man's
like
of
in
life.
charge of the urban department.
He's in charge of what?
The urban
like,
department.
Really? That's funny. And who's his boss? Julie?
Julie, yes.
That is some funny shit, B. That is some funny. They still run. How did that happen, man? That's crazy. How does Julie run music, man? I don't get that, man. She's like a big wig now, right?
Yes, she's doing her
funny.
thing.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, it's funny how the nepotism puts you in power into a place and you get to stay there because she don't know shit about music to me.
Nepotism.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? That was like Leor's daughter when Leor went over to Warner. Then he hired his he hired his son Todd Moskowitz, his daughter Julie Greenwald, and his yes man Mike Kaiser. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what it was at Def Jam. And what Mike Kaiser's job was to do was just to say yes to every artist. That's what I used to see him do. You know, he did radio, but he was like every artist's best friend until they didn't have a hit record anymore. Then he would diss him. You know what I'm saying? But I guess you could get promoted through the ranks like that, you know? So he has control over like budgets and stuff like that? That would be hilarious to me.
Oh, man, he's control of everything, man.
What? That is so funny. That's crazy. That's crazy. So you over there, and I'm sure it probably is stressful because y'all got to use other people's bread, you know what I'm saying? And they keep you in debt in that because it's always in advance and shit. How do you like doing it, being on that side of it? How do you like, see, the man cut it off. Julie and them came and said, you better call him and make sure he's all right.
That sounded like a landline, too.
That sounded like a landline.
Yeah, that was a landline. That was not a cell phone.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, we thought
the magic somebody had.
We thought they put
someone conferenced
in. They put a pillowcase over your head or some shit like that. We are scared. Are you talking to Dame? Dame gonna tell you the truth.
You talking to Dame?
Budget.
He gonna tell you.
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I say it's crazy because these people aren't. I'm not going to badmouth anybody, but just the experiences that you go through. That you're out here in the field, you're out here in the streets, you see everything, and then you got to go back and sell them what you see and what you hear, and it's like they tell you no and this or that. It's very frustrating.
Is Sherry over there?
I don't think she's there anymore. I haven't seen her.
Well, she used to be with you though, right? At all in Atlantic or one? I remember.
Yeah, I think so. What's her last name?
Sherry. Damn, that's crazy. That's like my little half a daughter.
Yeah.
Sherry. I just forgot. But yeah, she's one of the ones that I used to raise. I used to work for Rockefeller.
Emmanuel was over there, wasn't she?
Emmanuel, yeah.
Yeah, Manny's there. Manny's still there.
Really? Yeah. She came from Rockefeller.
Manny, and she used to tell me about that. And Latrice, she used to be our first product manager.
Yeah.
She's at Epic now. So we used to hear about all the stories about Rockefeller and you guys.
Yeah, it's funny that a lot of people that used to work for Rockefeller, then they got hired and they went on to do like corporate. It's bittersweet for me because I didn't want them to ever get hired or poached or have to, be in that life. I always tried to have the people that work with me want to eventually work for themselves. Right. That's what I always wanted to see.
You were protective over that. Yeah.
Just that's the mentality. Like, for me to be telling people to go ahead and be bosses and then be employed by me, it didn't make sense. It's an oxymoron. What I wanted people to do was work with me until they can be my partner or go off on their own and then be able to help me. That's what I wanted to see. But I think all the innovative and the tricky things that they got from being in an independent environment that had corporate funding is what's translated to them being a big fish over at corporate because they could tell you how they did it as indies. You know what I'm saying? They got that real Rockefeller pull up your sleeves and get your work done. But the business has changed so much. But yeah, like you were saying, I just remember those days of knowing exactly what was going on in the concrete and having to tell and explain to people that felt entitled, felt powerful, always spending other people's money. Being in control of someone else's money is the most aggravating thing to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When someone's telling you when to cut a check and it's not even their dough. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that shit's very frustrating. And what's amazing to me, I look at the movement that you and Russell started, and I see, I was just in New York with Tip yesterday, and like Tidal and all this stuff that's going on. It's like, you're one of the pioneers of that.
Yeah.
Like all the people that's working, they came from they came from Rockefeller, they came from Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? It's just like watching, like, damn. And now all these people are in positions and they know it all and this or that. And it's like, damn, when y'all gonna let the new people come in and help out and explore? Because it's like everybody that's an A&R now, but everybody that's an A&R in black music is white. And it's like, I'm not gonna say they don't know the music, but you're gonna tell me you know the music more than Kenyatta, somebody that cuts hair in the barber. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't get that sometimes.
I remember feeling that very same way, and how frustrating it was, which is why I had to get out of that portion of the business. Like, see, people sometimes determine their success by being in that world, and that's not like just like I was just explaining to your other man. What's his name? That just got
Hopsin.
To Hopsin, is that just because you don't you're not in that circle that's perceived as a successful circle doesn't mean that you're not successful. They just make you think that in order to be feeling like you've done well with yourself, that you got to be in their world. Their world doesn't judge or dictate your success. Your world does. You know what I'm saying? What you do, what you got, and what you can control yourself, to me, is what makes you successful, as opposed to other people controlling. But you can use that world as a platform to promote everything that you own 100%. So I never say to people, don't work with corporate at all. I'm saying don't work for corporate. Work with corporate. Make it in a way that, you know, you benefit. And also, if they're going to spend a bunch of money on a platform, make sure there's other ancillary things that you own 100% that you could take advantage of. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, one thing that you hit on that I didn't realize was the publicist thing. Like when Bob was first out and we had the big pop song, you know, I got the $3,000 publicist, the $1,500 publicist.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have known to get the 10. I wish I would have talked to someone like you to explain that and break it down. You know, it's just stuff like that the up and coming, you know, people in the business that's new to this, we just don't know that. You thinking, I mean, I knew to say, well, damn, I see this guy everywhere. Who's doing that? Right. You know, and then you go get that person. That's a lesser person down the load, that's down the totem pole, that's doing something. But then it's someone much higher than them that's doing that, and you just don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, money can pay for anything you want in this world. You know what I mean? So if you got the bread, you can get on any cover, any magazine, and you can be in page 6 every day, and you can be in all the, you know, social magazines. It's just really about your publishers and the relationships that they have, because they're in the game every day soliciting, and it's a relationship game. You know what I mean? So, you know, my thing is the streaming services, which I've always said. Now I'm seeing everyone else doing it, but, you know, I'm doing it with movies as opposed to music. You know what I mean? And I want to make my own content as opposed to licensing other people's. What do you think the future of the music business is, or just business in general and entertainment?
I think the future of music is independent. The internet. The internet is so big with it. It's just whoever comes up with the next big idea on how to, you know, get how you get paid off of it. That's what it's going to be, because everybody's going to continue to make music. It's not shrinking. It's definitely growing. You know, I just think of people that know how to capitalize off like for every million views on YouTube, that's $4,000. You know, so it's like, it has to be another YouTube that come out, another iTunes YouTube that comes out,
another big player. That's what it is, a player that has a lot of traffic.
Because it's like they kind of, it's like a monopoly now, and it's like it's hard for you to get a fair playing shot on it or whatever, because the big labels are going in buying all that free real estate. It has to be something that's organic, that gives people, you know one thing I used to like, I'm not gonna fucking lie, if somebody can develop this, it would be the fucking shit. You remember on MySpace, you could go to look at the charts. You can see like who's popping in Georgia, who's popping in New York, or who's popping in the U.S., like who's the top 10 rap artists, who's the top 10 rock bands, whatever. Like that was really, really useful for its time. And then all of a sudden, it just stopped and it's not there anymore. But if someone could just get that platform to where you could just find out who the top artist is in this city, who the top artist is in that city, just by the plays and the viewership and all of that shit, and then someone can just get all that data, put it together, and just make it a database of that shit will win right there, because then you can kind of search and pick and find a hot up and coming independent artist.
Why don't you do that? You know what I'm saying? You should do it. You should do it.
Shit, man. I got to find me a team of databases to do that.
Get one database and some more databases will come. You know
if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Nah, you're right. I think
that's the thing about the internet is there's no middleman. You can just launch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. There's no carrying costs and none of that shit. Like, you know, I just launch dame-studios.com and do whatever the fuck I feel until, you know, I get on the calendar and get stable. But you could always launch. You know, people don't have to buy it, but, you know, at least you're there. It gets it going.
Well, dang, the one thing I did when I was a pharmaceutical rep, like I used to be in the top 10 of sales forces, and the people that always would win, I would go ask them, could I follow them around, and I kind of followed around and kind of, you know, learn what they did right and wrong. So what I want to do, I've been trying to do this for a couple of years with you, is I want to bring you to Atlanta, man, and just you look at my operation and kind of like, you know, tell me some things I can do better and what I'm doing right. I'm trying to get to the next level on what I'm doing with my artists and the company that I have. So if you ever have time, you know, I'll get with Kenyatta and have you come down and check out what I got going on.
All right, sounds good. Let's make it happen. All good. It's all good. And, you know, check out my movies. That's what my lick is right now. And, you know, Too Honorable, I finally got it to the editor. Like I did, me and Bryce did our edit. And now I have it to a professional editor. So I should, you know, be in the movie game the right way in a hot minute with Too Honorable. And then as soon as I put that out, I'm going to make another movie and I'm going to just keep making movies. But that's my lick, is making content, making movies. And that's the way I promote the music, by putting the music in the movies, to be honest. And that's the way I get down.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing it. That's my wave. And also, I can be creative. You know, I just, to me, it's hard to make money off other people because you got to move when they got to move, and you got to deal with whatever they're feeling, and they usually resent you for taking money out their pocket, even if you earned it. You know, I know how that is. And then when they don't like you no more, you don't eat with them, and everything you invested in is down the toilet. You know, so yo, you good with the sound effects lately?
Michael Winslow.
Yeah, it's like whoosh, whoosh. You know, and you know, so me being a movie maker is where I can be creative and make money off myself. And you don't you can hire someone to be in your movie as opposed to building them as a brand. Give them their money, let them go. They did their service, and then you can go ahead and sell it, and you good money. I enjoy it. It's just once I get this one movie out, I'll feel real good. And then I'll be able to see what kind of money I can make from it, and then flip it and just keep making movies. The next thing I'm gonna do is a horror flick. I think I want to hit that genre real quick. I don't want to do what's expected. Like Too Honorable was on something that was on my mind, you know, about the way people have to live in the other America and the rules that they live by. And, you know, people sometimes think I only make gangster movies, but I don't. But this was just a movie that was about a real experience that defined me, and that's really that. But anyway, man, it's been good talking to you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Thank you.
Know what you gonna say?
I think that that's one thing that the movie industry is missing, is good black up and coming producers of movies. You know, because back in the day, it would seem like we had a good start, and then all of a sudden they got real big and just stopped making them.
Absolutely. And also because, you know, usually in urban flicks, urban people aren't putting up the money, and the people that are putting up the money don't understand the urban experience. And you know, they start making a movie that they just want to get their money back. And because it's not authentic, it doesn't translate in Europe. And that's where the other money comes from in movies. You know, you kind of like put the movie out in America almost as a lost leader, and then you just make free money licensing out all of the rest around the world, like the Chinas and the Japans and the Londons and the Germanys of the world. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
thanks
again,
for having me. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. And thanks for calling in and shit. And, you know, look forward. Tell B.O.B. I said what's good. He plays the guitar, right? Does he do the guitar thing? How's he? Yeah, that's another thing. It's great. That's what I always thought was special about B.O.B. is that he played an instrument. A lot of motherfuckers don't play instruments and then wonder why they don't get the awards or the accolades. But I think it takes true discipline to be able to perform a live instrumentation on stage, you know, as opposed to performing over a track. And I appreciate that at all times.
Yeah, appreciate that. And this next album coming up, you'll see more of that. What he did on the first album, you'll see a lot more of that.
No doubt.
Man, thanks for calling in, Rich. Peace.
All right, thanks, Kenyatta. Y'all take it easy, man.
We got on the phone right now. We got Kass online.
What's up?
Oh, look at you. Raz, what's good, man?
You know, out here living life and loving it, bro.
All right. You see, you niggas don't know I fucks with Raz Kass. That's one of my hip hop brothers.
I found that out, yeah.
That's my nigga right there.
Man.
Word up.
Since way back when you used to bag on wines and shit.
You know? Word. Oh, shit. Wow. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, now, and you actually came to GD 172. You was on 24-hour karate school, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He was at the gallery.
You know,
straight independent.
Yeah, he part of the millennial generation, man. And he can rap, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So what's good, man? What you been doing?
Right now, actually, what's crazy is I'm working on, it's been 20 years since my first album, so I'm doing solo nights, too. So it's got to be incredible. So I got my Preem record, and I got my Peak Rock, and I got my Diamond D, and then I'm going to bring in, you know, I Want Justice League, and, you know, to glue it, past and the present, and just make something, you know, special. So, you know, I was always considered a very lyrical MC, especially being from the West, and you know, I'm just here to make sure, you know, I heard the conversation y'all were having, so it's about investing in yourself, and that's the one advice I always tell people. Like, I loved what you said. Like, the conversation y'all were having with B.O.B.'s manager was dope. Like, a lot of times, like, people just don't invest in themselves. And, you know, coming from the corporate structure, being signed to a
Priority Records, Capitol Records. Like they don't really know, and then they start trying to. I don't think it's always intentional. They just have to try to put you in a box. Are you a gangster rapper? Are you this? Are you that? And it's like, no, I'm just me. So why don't you sell me? It's better to sell me than to sell a stereotype. Because that's one dimensional, and a human being has lots of facets. So it's about, and if you don't invest in yourself, how would you expect somebody to invest in you and really get what you're trying to convey? Exactly. You have to do it. So I'm back at square one, which is great.
And I'm sure that once you release this album, you're gonna go and tour it. That's where the bread's gonna be at.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the music is the vehicle to springboard into everything else. Just like you doing movies, it's a springboard job.
Absolutely, and plus you could really rap. You know what I'm saying? So, people gonna want to see that. You got your fans. You get some new fans. You're gonna do some videos and all that stuff. Get the visual.
Yeah.
You get your merch out there. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, once you've been around for 10 years, you can make money forever on the road. You know what I mean? All you have to do is put a record out at any time, and always your core fan will always be able to follow you and appreciate you. And because of the direct-to-consumer relationship that you could have now through the internet, you can sell it directly to them without a middleman. You can get your music to them. You can get your merch to them. You can get your tour information to them. There's so many tools for someone in the music business to talk to his consumer direct without having to pay any percentage, for selling it to him and telling them, it makes no sense. And it's called over the top. It's the best way to be over the top, I think, to have that direct relationship with consumer. You gonna make some vinyl? That's what we were just talking to B.O.B. The other dude. You should make some vinyl.
Yeah, I'm doing vinyl with the Snow Goons, and the Snow Goons are producers out of Germany, and they have a great brand all through Europe and actually in Canada. So I'm doing my vinyl with them. I mean, touch the home base. They're the sad part is that hip hop is alive and well, and it's not in America.
Right.
So you got.
Yeah, but who wants to be in America all day? You know what I'm saying? I like to travel the world.
That's what I'm saying. So I went right to the connect. That's why I'm like, wait. So, I'd rather the dudes that sell mad vinyl that are winning in Europe, I'd rather they produce the vinyl. They have the outlets to get it to the places that support vinyl. They still have moms and pops in Europe. You know what I mean? So we don't have mom and pop stores like that no more.
Yeah. And people that buy vinyl are like a snobby breed. They're a different kind of fan. They're the kind of fan that's gonna buy your ashtray. They're gonna buy your T-shirt. They're gonna buy. It's not like you need a million fans that don't buy nothing. You need 100,000 that buy everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's my thing is to know my consumer and to have so many consumers, but to have core consumers that just buy a lot of stuff. And they want it to be quality, and you just have to be consistent.
You're a super fan that's going to at least spend $100 a year.
Yeah.
If you can get 100,000 of them, that's $1 million.
Exactly.
And take care of your stuff.
Right. And then
they're going to appreciate it.
They're going to make sure that in 10 years from now that they can sell it for triple that if they even going to sell it because they took care of it and they appreciated it so much and they really took pride in having it. You know what I'm saying? You giving me to wrap it up? This is Razzcast. You going to tell me to wrap it up on Razzcast, Mo?
It's awful, I know.
Good God.
It happened. Well, I just called in. I was late anyway, so it's all love. I just wanted to show some love.
It's all good. Like I said, we hip hop brothers, man.
Every time I speak, trust me, I've had many great times with Dame bagging on everybody. I was a little young boy out there, you know what I'm saying, with the Rangers and KK and at Tetris Studio. So it's always a salute. Last time I saw you was Halloween. Seattle was out there too. In New York.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
So it's all family. So I'll be back again. I just wanted to call in to show some love and some respect.
I appreciate that, man.
So, and where can they reach follow you at?
That's your money thing. Is where can they follow you at? That's the only question you say. When you ask them that one question, that's your end thing. Like, okay, but where can
they follow you at, Raz?
Wait. Kenyatta has this question. Kenyatta has this question. Go ahead, say it.
Where can they follow you at, Raz?
Kenyatta, is that the only question you have?
Yeah, that's right now. Yeah, he said this with the wrap it up side. Where can they follow you at?
Every interview he introduces, and then it's where can they find you at? That's when you know it. So that's his good money right there. Go ahead.
That's his Russell Simmons.
That's the right. Yeah. Thank you. Good night. Hey, where can they follow you at?
At RASKAFS. So that's my Twitter and my Instagram is RAS_KAFS. So there it is there.
That's what's up.
All right, man. Good talking to you again, man. You got to talk more often, man. That's my nigga right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Salute y'all. Y'all be good. Have a good one.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right. Peace.
So we've been on. That was 2 hours already.
That's
God,
crazy.
it just flies, doesn't it? It's like gambling or something. It's just I just had my back to you. I'm so sorry. Let me give you a kiss on it. So we just wrapping it up. This was the Dame Dash Show. I guess this was our 5th episode, right? Yeah, we're doing our thing. I think we're gonna do it a whole station. As we have enough, so we could do a hip hop motivation show and a invest in women or a love for a living, and then Jessica could do her sex. You're gonna do a sex. Could you, before we leave, tell us what your show is gonna be, because we're gonna do a show with you.
I just don't feel like there's a way, or someone who is a female, like a Howard Stern, that girls can actually listen to, relate to, and feel accepting about talking about sex.
So you want to be a shock jock?
No, I just want to be
You want
able
a
to
shock
have
jock.
a platform
Want
to
a
talk
jock.
about things openly.
So can you
Because
tell me?
there's a lot of things
So
that women
can you just,
feel.
How about this? Can you
Okay.
wrap up what your show is going to be in 3 sentences, or maybe a paragraph? Not what your
It's a
opinion of it.
platform to allow women.
I know what what's the show going to be? Describe the show.
A
not the
show
platform.
is a platform for them.
I'm sorry,
So
go ahead.
a way that people can relate. Females don't talk about sex like men.
Right.
And it's unfair because I get judged because I am one of the guys.
Who's judging you?
Everyone judges me when I
don't
talk
judge
about
you.
sex.
I
You
don't.
don't, but
I love when
women
you
do
talk-
judge me.
I love when you talk about sex.
Yeah, but you've also been my friend since I was 15. You know who I am, and you know when I say it what it means. People take it the wrong way and judge me because I'm not open like guys are.
Right.
And I feel like it's unfair that women feel like they have to be so closed.
Okay, so let me wrap it up.
That's
the judge.
fake.
So what's going to happen is you're going to have a
I
show.
like your openness.
You're going to
Right?
have.
It's
you're gonna-
blunt and pure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love that the women are agreeing with each other.
Yes.
This
You don't
is-
love my openness. You don't like that I'm
Are you,
always.
are you on this?
He
Are,
just
are you
wants
on the
to
mic
talk
right
right
now?
now. I know.
Are you on the mic right now?
He wants to talk
Are
right
you on the
now.
mic
I forgot
right now?
it's the Dame and
Are you on the
Dash.
exactly? That's why I'm giving you
I
your
know.
own show.
It's the Dame Dash Show.
It's the Dame Dash Show. Let's not forget that here. But what I was saying was, to wrap it up, you're
Yes.
going to have a show where you can openly discuss female issues and sex without judgment. That's what this is going to be.
Correct. And men too who are confused can talk too. You know, things that just people don't understand.
Are you going to have guests and stuff like that?
Why not?
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I
No,
just
I know.
asked.
Why not though?
Why are you so defensive? Good God.
I'm not.
I'm not
I'm being
judging.
real.
I'm
I
not
think
the
you should
judge.
definitely
you
have
call in
guests.
too. That's tight.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love
we,
to.
All right, so we'll have you back with us until we get into your own show. Like, we like that. I like looking at you. Me and Rocky like looking at you. You know.
I love looking at you guys.
Good. I like that. We'll talk offline. And I got my man Kenyatta here.
I do love
And
you.
if you want to see this visually, you could go to dame-studios.com, or you could go to Hip Hop Motivation
At YouTube.
at YouTube. And can you send over the show so I can put them up on
Oh yeah,
Dame
I
Dash
just
Studios?
sent it over to you.
Hey, no,
last
did you
night.
bring the hard drive with the stuff that you had? Did you
Yeah.
bring? You did?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
yeah.
You bought your clippers?
Yeah, I got them.
My nigga. Oh God, I'm looking like Richard Branson right now with the with the long
Goatee done grew
goatee.
out too, yeah.
It done grew out. It done grew out. So we had a great time. My man Mo, Dash Radio. We had a great time. We'll see you next week. Holla back. Wifey for lifey. My son Lucky Luciano, Lucky Loose, and my doggy right now who's asleep. Governor. Nice to
He's
talk to
looking like that thing on the table right there. You see, like,
He's
little
like
animal.
looking like a little hippopotamus. And thank you, y'all. Thanks for listening and being patient with us. And hopefully you take any bit of information that we give you and apply it to your everyday life, and it helps you. And let us know when it does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Hold back.